Yo ho ho.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
So, before we get into this episode, a little word from our sponsors, Laughable, the first and only app where you can not only favorite your favorite podcast, but also your favorite artist, and also have push notifications turned on so that whenever your favorite artist or podcast has a new episode, it'll pop up on your handy dandy phone. Unfortunately, it's still coming soon to the Android. So if you happen to have an Android and you can't listen on Laughable, or you rather not listen on a fantastic app like Laughable, how else can they listen to us, Slayer?
They can listen to us on DemonSeedRadioNetwork.com. I don't know why I keep doing the .com.
Well, it kind of works.
It kind of works. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Honestly, I don't know if we're going to re-air it because they may be underwater.
Oh, what?
They're Florida-based.
Oh, that's right. I keep getting notifications from people that are like, we are based in Florida, so we might not get to you ASAP.
I think it's kind of funny that this is the fourth pre-roll we've done in 10 minutes, and I just mentioned that now.
Wow, that's funny.
Because by the time this airs, Florida should be dryish again.
Oh, and then people are going to be like, oh, okay, anyways.
Anywho, yeah, listen to us on DemonSeedRadioNetwork.com. Listen to the other awesome shows on Demon Seed Radio.
There's a bunch.
This week's episode is
my very good friend, Lindsay Hartz. She is a fashion designer, or as Slayer likes to call her, a fashion icon. She has dressed...
She kind of read when I said that.
What?
She blushed a little.
She did, but it's like, the thing is, she's being very modest because Lindsay, I've known her for a few years. I actually lived with her for a hot minute. She's actually dressed quite a few people in the music scene, man. Like, it's great. She's a great designer. She makes absolutely awesome stuff. You guys should check her out at foxbloodshop.com. Really happy to have her on this episode, and I hope you guys enjoy it too.
When aliens come to take over, they look at us like we're out of our minds now. We're gonna galactic makeover, and now we're thinking that they just might be right. I cannot wait for this whole world to end. I'm gonna break out the bottle with my friends. I think they'll tell the best stories when we're gone. And now we drink.
Cheers, everyone. Drinking fucking champagne like we're classy people in this motherfucker.
Like classy bitches up in here. Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a fashion icon in the house, so...
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Hilarious. Excuse me as I fell off my chair. But thank you.
No. This is my apartment. Please don't get injured in here. I don't need my renter's insurance going up.
Oh, man, Hollywood. Fucking Hollywood.
So what is new with you, Lindsay?
Hi.
Hi.
What's new with me? So Foxblood Shop is going well. So tons of cool things happening there. I just dressed Alyssa White from Arch Enemy.
Wow.
And it's on the cover of, I don't know, a couple metal magazines. I wish I
feel like I know what you're talking about. Was
Yeah.
it the jacket with the...
Yeah, it's got a hood, and it's like studded and things like that. So I just did, yeah, and she got it a couple months ago, and then she just brought it out on this tour, and she's been rocking it. It's really cool, and now it's on a bunch of magazine covers, and you know, all of a sudden people are coming at me again for costume wear, which I rarely do anymore. So that's been a thing that's happening.
Nice.
That's new. But it's kind of interesting because I'm known for doing all this leather work, and she's a vegan. So
Right.
she was actually quite particular about the denim she wanted. And, you know, I couldn't even put fake leather on it. It could not even resemble anything.
Really?
Yeah, she was really, really particular, which was fine. And she gave me like 2 days to do it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was one of the most... but that's how Hollywood fucking is. It's like you gotta hurry. And then, you know, you don't see anything for a long time out of it, you know?
True.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing that piece, and it was fucking gorgeous, too.
Thanks.
And you make a lot... Yeah.
It was in some video, too, that just got released. I wish I knew these things, but I guess I could have taken notes.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, it was their most recent music video.
It's this one right here, right? Is it this... I remember it being white. Was it this one?
Yeah. That's the cover of the magazine, too, that hood there. That's the one.
Shit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Arch Enemy.
I haven't heard any of their new stuff. Shit, I'm behind.
She's pretty loud. She's very loud.
She'd need to be in that band. Last time I saw them was with their old lead singer.
Right. And I have seen them both, and the old lead singer, I do like the way her voice sounds, but I do enjoy how Alyssa has a lot of costuming, and that's really important to her. Yeah, that's my piece. And, she's a showman, which is kind of amazing. Which is people I love to dress are showmen for sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I think you had posted it initially, and then I remembered seeing it on her page, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My friend Jess, who owns Peep Show Clothing, which does a lot of this like ripped up t-shirts and bodysuits and stuff, actually was working on a piece for her, and she talked to Alyssa into throwing a jacket my way for it, and it actually really helped because
No shit.
it needed something. But Peep Show Clothing's cool. She definitely does a lot of the rocker girls bodysuits and ripped up stuff.
Oh yeah, Peep Show Clothing. I remember they do a lot of like the bodysuits and stuff. I always see a lot of people post like, oh yeah, bodysuit by Peep Show Clothing, et cetera, and so forth, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nice. So,
Anything else you're working on right now?
Well, this website's really been kind of all consuming lately. Because I have Foxblood, my personal private label brand, which is like all black everything every day, street goth, if you will.
street goth.
Where you can wear it out day or night. And then I turned it into Foxblood Shop, so it's more of like a boutique for my private labels in it, and then like tons of other brands as well. And and that's growing really fast and a lot of fun, and trying to maneuver that market.
Yeah.
I'm actually a lot happier not sewing 24/7. I feel like I did that when I first got to LA, and I was really tired, and I never left my apartment, and I just got to LA, and I just wanted to go to the fucking beach, and I was sad all the time. But I made a bunch of stuff for a lot of cool bands, but mentally I was like hungry. So I'm pretty happy to just kind of like style girls now and sew a little bit, and like it's really more rewarding, honestly, to see like the normal folks wearing my clothes than even the rock stars or whoever. The rock stars are cool. It's like, it's really neat to see your stuff on stage, but it's way cooler to like see more Instagram photos and see how girls are styling your stuff every day.
Hell yeah.
So
there's so many
enjoying
variety of different styles out there too to incorporate your stuff in.
Yeah, spooky girls that wear all black. That's kind of what I do.
I know. I remember when I first met you, you were like the go-to girl for everybody that wanted anything and everything. Like,
yeah, and I noticed that I wanted to be a lot happier mentally, and I started saying no, and it felt awesome. It felt really good. Or I'd start saying a price that would make me want to do something, because then he's like, your worth, because you're like, okay, if I really don't want to make this pink fringe denim dog vest, so it would make me do it like $1,000. Okay, I'll do it for $1,000, and they'd be like, oh well, thanks but no thanks. And I'm like, cool,
yeah. Gotta put a price on something sometimes, man, especially when when it's something that you don't want to do and you're just like, ugh, you want me to make what?
Yeah, so I'm just like, now I feel way better just being an LA designer, hanging out. I'll take like custom, like the Alyssa jacket was special. And like Butcher Babies just asked me to do some more things for their upcoming tour, because I
love the Butcher Babies.
Yeah, their new album's coming out called Lilith.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, and they reached out to me and they're like, we're looking for some heavy metal mermaid type stuff / Blood Queen. And I was like, okay. Do you have anything else? And they're like, no, can you just go on that? And I was like, how long do I have? And they're like 2 weeks. And I was like, no, like, what?
You're like, what?
No.
Could you actually get that to us on tour right now?
Yeah. I was, but they, I need a little more time nowadays. But before in Hollywood, I would say yes to like everything. Like, yes.
Like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Yes.
No, but along the way, I did meet a bunch of like interns of mine or friends of mine that I can like pass things to, which is cool. Alyssa caught me at the right time when I had time. She caught me at a good moment where I was like,
you're like, lucky you, because I have time. Speaking of the Butcher Babies, I ran into Carla at Comic-Con recently, the San Diego Comic-Con this past summer.
Was she selling her cool stuff?
No, she was just there hanging out, man. Just like last year when I ran into her over there, because she has her own comics.
Yeah,
she even created a Butcher Babies comic as well. But But yeah, I love her to pieces. Saw her there,
One
and
of
that
the
was fun.
sweetest people ever,
Mhm,
too.
she's such a sweetheart. But speaking of Comic-Con and all that, you helped me make a costume for Comic-Con.
I know, and when it was coming close, I was like, "Is she gonna reach out to me to make something this year? What's gonna happen?" I can always I just made a shit ton of Burning Man stuff, and I can always know when that's coming. And I was like, "I wonder if she's gonna ask."
Yeah. Well, I mean, Wasteland Weekend is coming up too, which is kind of like
I
Burning
think it's
Man.
right now. Maybe?
It's right now. And actually,
Yeah.
it's next weekend.
Oh,
It's next
okay.
weekend. Yeah, because I was supposed to go, but then I'm gonna go to Disney World instead.
Fair.
Plus, I'm dancing this weekend. So it's just the timing wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, I remembered it was for WonderCon. I think was it WonderCon or Stanley's Comic Con? One of the two that was in LA. You helped me at the very last minute create Vampirella, which was really hot
It was super.
because it was like super. It's such a anybody that knows who Vampirella is knows that costume is like
Pretty risque.
made of
Scandalous.
nothing.
Scandalous.
It was totally like a 90s comic artist fucking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to put this like string over the naughty bits and
And then
sell it
that's
to
it.
children.
Yeah. I've been actually seeing a lot of cool cosplay lately. This one girl who's a big supporter of Foxblood, who I have a collaboration with called Dre Renee, she does the coolest, weird goth spin on all just random Jokers and
Yeah.
You know, I wish I knew the names for the rest of the stuff. But okay, so like Dre and I were out the other day, and Dre's 21, bless her, right? And she's like, "Oh, I'm being blah 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 from Nickelodeon," and I was like, "Can't relate. I got nothing for you." She's like, "Do you know what Nickelodeon even is, Lindsay?" And I was like, "Oh my god, no, yes, Dre, I'm familiar with that." So
You mean the channel that has I Can't Do That on TV?
Doug and
Wait.
Rugrats.
I'm talking like super. Can't do that on television.
Oh
Fuck.
yeah. Double Dare.
Double Dare.
Double Dare.
I'm showing that I'm a real old man.
Oh my God, I'm remembering all the shows that was on there now. Jesus Christ. Ren and Stimpy.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh my God. Hey Dude.
Oh my god, Hey Dude.
Do you
was
remember Hey
so
Dude?
Good.
Hey,
Those girls
dude.
were so hot.
And then like I remember Christina, what's her fucking name? Was it Christina? She's Ben Stiller's wife. She was in Hey Dude.
Yeah.
Christina something.
Fuck.
I forgot her fucking
She was
name.
also in The Craft, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was the racist bitch in The
Yeah,
Craft.
totally.
I was just watching The Craft the other night. That movie never gets old.
She played Marsha Brady in the
Yes,
Brady
she played,
Bunch
yep,
movie.
that's right. She played Marsha Brady in the Brady Bunch movie, and of course all of Ben Stiller's movies,
Yeah.
even if it's just a cameo.
She beat him up in Dodgeball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because she didn't like him in Dodgeball.
She's the one who inspired the beautiful line, "No one makes me bleed my own blood."
Oh my God.
Speaking of which, have you seen that they're doing Dodgeball like for fundraising right now?
Yeah, I heard that they're making a sequel to that.
Wait.
So they're doing a bunch of viral videos like the original Dodgeball cast to raise money for the Stiller Foundation.
That's cool.
Yeah, like Ben Stiller in the Purple Cobra's outfit and everything.
That's cool.
Wait. So they're not making a sequel? It's just a charity thing.
It's just a charity thing. Like,
Okay, I misunderstood when I saw that because I remember seeing a post that Ben Stiller made, but then I only saw it briefly. I didn't really look into it, and I was like, "Wait, they're making a Dodgeball too?" I'm confused. Okay, but now it makes sense.
I'm happier with it this way. Like, that movie's great as is.
Yeah, they shouldn't make a sequel. I mean, they made a Zoolander too. Remember that?
I didn't watch it for a reason.
I like streamed it online illegally, and then I even like was like, I don't even want to watch this for free. It wasn't good. Not good. Which is a bummer. It had good hype.
Yeah, I mean, it had like interesting. Did you see Zoolander too?
No.
Yeah,
Don't, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's totally
they should have left it alone. Let's just put it that way. They tried to add like a bunch of cameos from like some other actors in it, you know, and then you're just kind of like,
So did you see it this week? You saw it, right?
I just saw it tonight
you just
or
just
today, this afternoon. Yes,
Oh, I saw it opening night.
I got
see that?
I
a
saw it on Friday.
Yeah, I saw it Friday.
I got a
too.
fucking movie pass, so I'm like, I'm watching a movie every day.
So, like, on Thursday, a whole bunch of my friends were already seen it because it's LA and that happens. And and they were already putting their opinions out, and I was trying really hard not to see their opinions. And then one of them was like, I just wasted 2 hours of my life. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, all right, but I'm not going to read your review. So then I went on Rotten Tomatoes, and they gave it like 90. They gave it a 90%. So I was like, all right,
I liked
we're
it.
going to go. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's much different than what they made. It was a miniseries, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one with Tim Curry was a miniseries, and they obviously, I mean, you both have seen it,
like
obviously.
it was Stranger Things the movie. Like
That's exactly what they were trying to go for. That was the vibe that
Well,
they
it
were going
works.
for.
It works.
And they even had the kid from Stranger Things
Yeah.
in there. He was in it. It definitely had a Stranger Things vibe, but they tried to open it. Spoilers, if you're listening.
Yeah,
They
spoilers.
tried to leave it open ended to where okay, there's gonna be a sequel, which they've already confirmed. I guess that's not really a spoiler alert. It's because it's already confirmed that there's gonna be a sequel.
Well, and that's how it is in the book where they come back as adults.
Yeah, exactly. Because the one in the original, if I remember correctly, they were adults.
No, they do.
It goes back and forth, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have to rewatch it. It was on iTunes for $10, so I just bought it.
Yeah. That's the most. I found out that the original It is like the most downloaded currently because everybody, I guess, this generation too, kids that weren't, fucking born yet when that movie came out, they're like, I want to see the
I
original
remember being a
one.
really young kid and seeing the opening 10 minutes and being like, nope. And I don't know anything about it since this. And I was like, okay, back to it. Nope.
Yeah. My roommate hates horror movies, so I like forced him to fucking sit through it, and it was great. I had to tally how many times he screamed. It was awesome.
Good jokes, man. Good jokes in that film.
I enjoyed it. There was one thing in Act 3 that kind of annoyed me, but I've been told that was in the original book.
There's a lot of things in the book that are, I mean, everything's not exactly the same, but there's like certain things in the book that are a little different than the film. Like the one kid who his fear is a fear of clowns. His fear in the book is actually, or no, the kid that has a fear of germs or whatever, the germaphobe. His fear in the comic, in the book,
me.
is actually you're funny. Is actually a fear of werewolves or something. Werewolf movies, rather. Werewolf movies. I'm trying to remember.
That
There's a
germ
bunch
kid
of
is
other shit.
relatable.
There's a bunch of other shit. And like that are more complex too than the film liked to portray. Like that Henry guy and how
I really liked how all the parents were like bad guys.
Yeah, the parents were the real monsters. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's kind of amazing.
one character's mother has Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And it just kind of shows how being a kid is terrifying. Yeah.
yeah, you're like, wait a minute, was my childhood like that?
Yeah.
No.
My childhood was terrifying. I was scared of everything. I'm still kind of scared of everything, to be honest. It's true. Like a light goes out in my house, and I'm like, someone did that. They're like, they took that light out, and they're coming.
Kind of like in the movie where like all of a sudden the lights go out and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, exactly that. I'm like, the coyotes did it. They're coming to get our dogs tonight. That's it. Like, no one opened the doors.
Are you up in the hills now, or that's
I
a real
am.
worthy?
Well, not like super far, like East LA in the hills. So not like Valley Hills, but like,
You Valley.
not like
Yeah,
that big.
Valley gross.
But over
Yeah.
that way in East LA, which is cool.
That's nice.
It's fun. I just moved down to downtown.
So you're not like super far from downtown then?
No, but it was really weird, like just even being downtown for, 2 years or something and watching how quickly it changed. And by the time we left, we had a Starbucks directly across the street that was across from another coffee shop that was like 1 block from another coffee shop with like the nicest patio. And it was just like so quickly, like I was in coffee.
You're talking about in
Central
downtown,
Haven.
right?
In
Downtown?
South Park, downtown.
Yeah. Because in downtown, I remember because I was living in downtown for a hot minute before I came back to Hollywood, and there were so many different places that came up as I was
Yeah.
leaving. Like they opened a Whole Foods, and I'm like, oh, now they want to open a Whole Foods.
Oh yeah,
down
the
here.
Whole Foods. It's a good place to get drunk. in
Yeah,
the
you and I've
afternoon.
gotten drunk
No
there
shame.
before.
Yeah. If I'm getting drunk at the Whole Foods bar, I've had a bad day.
Wait, the Whole Foods has a bar?
Yes.
Yeah, the
it's
Whole Foods has a
great.
bar in downtown. There's a bar in the Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
No. It's really
Yeah. Like it's like a huge fucking grocery store, and then off to the right, there's a restaurant, and then there's a full blown bar. Because I remember you and I sat there, and I think we made someone uncomfortable when we were talking.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
Annie will go on about all of her sexcapades, and like the white men in suits will be like, "Do you know who that is? Maybe I know who that is. I think I know." And Annie's like, and then I took my tit out. Like,
And I tried to force feed a midget.
Oh God, that did happen.
like Annie and I go so far in between visits, not like super far, but at least like probably like 8 weeks or something. And like in that 8 weeks, Annie's lived 5 years. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how have you like?
Like when was the last time I saw you? I don't know, like 2 months ago, and then
Yeah.
like all of a sudden, like, oh my god, you know really what happened, and then I just go on a whole fucking tangent of like things that happened to people in the time span of like 5
Like
years.
even the Uber ride here, I'm like, how the fuck has all this happened?
I know. When was the last time I saw you? Not that long ago.
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago. Yeah, because we all went to fucking brunch that one time.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 4 months ago. 4 months ago.
And so Hollywood Forever, Halloween time,
Yes.
our tradition.
Yep.
We saw Nightmare on Elm Street last year together at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, the best.
Oh my god.
They do screenings. This
my
year
God.
it's Night of the Living Dead.
And I want to see that. We're gonna go see that.
I think in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, that's an excellent choice.
Yep. Very excellent choice. It's perfect.
What did we see the year before?
Shining.
Oh,
in the Long Beach
in
Cemetery.
Shining, that's right. It's because I got to be Annie's like rollover date because she broke up with a dude.
Yeah.
She's like, I have this ticket, and I was like, I'm there, girl. But we got drunk in a cemetery anyways.
Yeah, and it's been like a tradition like every year because we started with The Shining, and then we did Nightmare on Elm Street the year after, and then now this year it's gonna be Night of the Living Dead. Have you ever gone to the cemetery and watched a movie?
No, I've been
my
meaning
God.
to. They just did The Princess Bride like
Okay,
a week ago.
they play movies every weekend, and not to mention you can bring your own picnic and alcohol. Even though they have like little tents and booths that sell stuff, you are allowed to bring your own chairs, blankets, and then also your own food and booze.
Even if I wasn't, I'd just bring my own booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was there 2 weeks ago or something, and I saw Ghost World, which is one of my favorite fucking
Oh
movies.
shit!
Right, like favorite.
Thora Birch, right?
And ScarJo.
Wait,
Yeah.
it gets better. So, like before the movie, sometimes the cast will come out. Some like a couple.
Yeah,
people
yeah,
of the
yeah,
cast,
yeah.
And Thora Birch was there, and I'm already like a little lit at this point. I'm like, I don't know, like 3 glasses of wine in, and I like start tearing up. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna find her after this. Like, I am straight up gonna find her. So we go through the movie. I'm with like 5 of my friends, and we drink like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 bottles of champagne, something. Who knows? You know, however long Ghost World lasts in Champagne World. And then all my friends are like, "Are you really gonna go find her?" And I'm like, "Yes, I fucking am."
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, "How do I look?" And they're like, "Great." So I like find my way over to VIP because that's what you do in LA because it's really nothing. It's just this one corner of the lawn. And,
For those that are in Hollywood and
it's
now
really
know,
not that
didn't know.
exclusive. And I like dumped myself down in front of her and all of her friends because they're all sitting on the grass. And I was like, "Oh my god, hey!" And she's like, "Hey!" Like, and I was like, "So like this movie like really kind of changed who I am as a person like growing up." And they're like, "Cool. Hope you had a good time." And I was like, "Cool, bye." And I was like, "That's the highlight of my life, everyone." I'm like, so excited. They're like, "Did you make out with her?" And I was like, "No, she was wearing khakis. It didn't really work out like that."
Lady Boner killed.
Yeah, no, she was wearing like Crocs and khakis or something. And I was like, "Man, that didn't go how I thought
We're like,
it would."
that's
but
not
okay.
how I imagined, you know.
But anyway, so anything can happen in Hollywood Forever. So if you get a chance to go,
It's true.
go
That's
to a
true.
movie there.
You can make out with your favorite celebrity among the dead.
Possibly,
Yeah.
maybe. Possibly, maybe.
And they'll look at you like you're crazy. But that's okay. That's okay. I bucket list that, man.
Hey, man.
That was awesome.
Hey, man. At least they weren't like, can you like not?
I excused myself when I knew it was time.
You're like, and I'm gonna exit
Yeah.
stage left here.
But now I have a story. It's okay.
And that's a good skill to have in Hollywood is like, it's time to go.
No, you need
Yeah.
to have a nice exit. And I always definitely know when to be like, and goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. When things start to get awkward and you're like,
Have you met any celebrities recently?
oh God. Let me think about that because I go to a lot of events.
I know, right? And that's why I would have forgotten about Thora Birch if we weren't talking about
If we weren't talking about
Forever.
Hollywood, yeah, it's funny because it's like you have to talk about something to kind of bring it up because I go to a lot of events. I go to a lot of like film screenings and stuff like that, but I can't fucking remember the last celebrity that I met.
Oh, so I was working this Echo Park Rising. I was working Echo Park Rising, like vending for Foxblood and stuff like this. And I was with my friend Chelsea, who works for, or she owns, Chantique Lindsay. And I was like, "Chelsea, that girl over there is so pretty. Like, I'd really love her to model for Foxblood." And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go take her picture right now for the event page. Do you want me to go ask her to model?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally." So this girl, like, Chelsea comes back and she's like, "Oh, she's really excited. She's really honored that you wanted to do that. And she thinks it's really cute." And I was like, "Cool, like, whatever." Like, she's this beautiful, tall, blonde and like a cool hat and like red thigh-high boots. And then so the next day I get an email from her like, "Hey, this is Genevieve. Like, thanks for reaching out. I'd love to work with you. She's the bass player of Courtney Love's new band. And I was like, of course. Like, of course.
Oh.
She's also the bass player of Eagles of Death Metal. I'm like, of course. That's who I would like. Just be like, no big deal. And
You're like, go talk to that girl right now and tell her I'd love her to model for me.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
I'm like, fuck, man. Like, that's funny how that works.
But that's got to feel really good where she's like, yeah, I totally want to.
Yeah,
I mean,
is nice.
she
but
could
I
have
was
not
like,
hit
of
you up, but
course.
she actually did,
She
which
actually
says
did.
something, you know? It
Yeah.
says a lot.
She's very sweet, so I'm gonna send her a bunch of stuff. But I'm not gonna make her model. I'm just gonna send her some stuff. Like, here you go, girl.
Hey, if she wants to, I'd do it.
She seems busy. I think she's in like Prague right now performing. So, but it was cool.
No big deal. No big deal.
I mean, in Hollywood, you must come across a lot of people. No,
I do.
you're in Hollywood now. Mike,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. A fair amount.
I mean, Mina Savari, this was years ago, though. She was at a coffee shop at like a rant. Like, see, I like going, I don't like going to chained coffee shops. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But, and this is years ago, I happened to be in a Coffee Bean and Mina Savari was in there and I was like, what the fuck is she doing in a coffee
one on
you know what I mean?
Hollywood?
Yeah, the one on
Whoa, that's a
Sunset. The
big
one on
one.
Sunset.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one on Sunset. But that was like years ago. I'm trying to think of more recently because I know that there's been a couple of instances, but I can't think at the top of my head unless we talk about something that will remind me of it, I guess. I remember seeing Margot Robbie at a screening. I didn't actually get to meet her, but I was like sitting just a few feet away from her.
It's just such a common occurrence. It's kind of like,
Yeah, it's like Hollywood. It's like you're in Hollywood.
I know.
Hollywood.
It's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, because then it's kind of like, where the fuck am I? Oh, yeah, Hollywood.
Of course, yeah.
Celebrities actually do live here.
It's true.
They're just like us.
I actually had someone approach me because I work in Hollywood, you know what I mean? I had someone approach me, like tourists, okay? A bunch of fucking tourists were trying to talk to me and I'm like, oh my God, like what do you want? You know what I mean? And they're like, hey, we're visiting from out of town. Where
They're like,
can
do you know
we-
where the Hard Rock Cafe is?
Seriously. They were like from Arkansas or some shit. I can't fucking remember, but they're like, so where can we where can we go around here that has like celebrities? And I'm like, oh my God, are you seriously asking me this? You know what I mean? And I'm like, besides going to these stupid fucking star tours that are all over Hollywood and Highland, you know what I mean? I was like, they're everywhere, man. And they're, yeah, but isn't there like a spot that they all hang out in? I'm like, no, they're human beings just like you and me. Like they can be anywhere. They could be. I remember the last actor that I had a run-in with. He's just a TV actor, but he's an English actor. I was
Just a TV actor.
yeah, I know. We were that sounded so snooty
It
of
really
me, didn't
did.
it? I'm like, oh, he's just a TV actor. I was at Trader Joe's when I used to live on the other end of Hollywood, over like closer to West Hollywood, WeHo. I was at Trader Joe's and he was standing in line in front of me. And then I went to now I'm remembering all these different run-ins. Then I was at Whole Foods in West Hollywood where I ran into what's her name? Jane Lynch.
Whoa. That's
Yeah. Yeah, she was standing in line in front of me. I was like, holy, she's tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, it's Jane Lynch. What the fuck?
That totally reminds me, once you said Trader Joe's, I ran into Fruza Balk.
Oh my God. As we were talking about the craft a second ago. Oh shit.
She is so tiny in person.
Oh, I
Did she have
bet.
the eyes in person?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's
She
hot.
had- and she's wearing like a old school military jacket, like cap. I'm like,
Oh man.
it was really
so
the eyes
awesome.
that gave it away. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
that's
because
Fruza-
she has a distinct look. It's not like
Yeah.
she looks like everybody else. Like you could probably spot her and be like, "That's totally Firuza Balk for sure, for sure." That reminds me, I went to the Sunset AMC theater over on Crescent Heights and Sunset, and I remember seeing Christina Ricci there many years
Yeah.
ago. She's tiny. That's what reminded me because you said Firuza Balk's tiny. Christina Ricci's tiny, and at the time, because this is fucking years ago, she was with a dude that was like massively taller than her, and she was cute. She was wearing jeans and like Chuck Taylors, you know, and like just totally like looked like a little punk. I was like, oh shit. I was like, what?
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I grew up in
guess.
Buffalo, New York, and being definitely an adolescent, they were filming Buffalo 66 there, and Christina Ricci signed an autograph for me, and
Oh shit.
I think I peaked at that point, so that was probably it.
Oh man. Yeah, you're from New York. How long have you been in LA? Like 6 years?
5 or 6 years, something like that. And it's been cool. I feel like just the last 2 years, I feel like a local. I feel grounded. I feel like, not that things don't impress me, because every time I see the Hollywood sign, it's still impressive. It's still really impressive. but I feel a lot more normal. I don't feel a fear of missing out every single moment of the day.
I know.
I think when you first get here, you're like, what's everyone doing? Where's everyone going?
FOMO.
Right.
Because there's so much going on, and until you realize there's always something going on, so there'll be something going on tomorrow and the next day and the next
Like
day.
you're not really missing out technically.
Yeah. So.
Because I used to be that way. Like, oh my God, I have to go to this thing. I have to go to this thing. I have to go to this
Yeah.
thing. And then...
But it's my home, and like for a brief moment, a couple months ago, we almost moved to Vegas, and
Really?
yeah, because
Don't do it.
The homes are so beautiful.
And cheap, but yeah, don't do it.
Like for half of the price for like a home that we found here, it was like,
There's a reason it's half the
oh my
price.
God, it was so beautiful though. It was like a resort. And because like I could just catch a flight to LA and get fabric or whatever and go back and forth. But anyway, it didn't happen, so whatever. But
You're like, I didn't do
now
it.
like
Like, thank
LA
God.
is for sure the home. You're not going back.
Hell no.
Yeah?
I'm stuck here till I die.
All right. This apartment.
This apartment.
This is it.
Like, yeah.
No, it's not rent controlled, so I may end up out of here at some point.
You know, that's how that works.
Yeah.
I was super happy they didn't ridiculously jack my rent when it was time to renew the lease.
Yeah, I just renewed my lease and they only jacked the rent up by $200.
So thanks for giving me champagne in this show.
I know that you like champagne.
I do.
And when I initially asked you, like, hey, what do you want to drink? You're like, whatever. I'm like, we usually drink whiskey, but I know that you like vodka and I know you like champagne, so pick one.
And I figured probably not many pick that, so it's okay.
Yeah.
No, I think this is a first.
Champagne.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yeah.
just
So
don't
what's-
think we have enough.
What's new in cosplay with you? What are you going to do next?
So what am I going to do next? Oh, so I'm going to be doing, I guess I can just spoil it for everybody because, I'm trying to think of when the next con is because I just missed the Long Beach Comic Con, but there's more to come. Like, there's always a different con going on, especially in California. But I'm going to do a video game cosplay for my next one because I just did The Punisher, and I recycled some other ones that I had for this past Comic Con in San Diego, but I want to do a more intricate costume where the character kind of has a undercut like me on the left side. So I want to do cosplay as an Overwatch character from the video game. Sombra. Yeah, I actually want someone to do the design she has on her head. I'll have to pull up a picture so I can show you.
I kind of am familiar with Overwatch because one of my friends is really obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah.
Dre Renee, the other cosplayer, she's really obsessed with Overwatch. That's all.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it.
And if anybody's
here.
listening and they're familiar with who that is, yeah, do you see her head?
That looks nothing like you. So I'm excited for this cosplay. Is that it?
Yeah, look at the side of her head.
The side
I
cut.
thought that was a hoodie.
No, that's her head.
Like
here.
cables.
Here, yeah.
Type.
See, look here. You can see it here in this picture.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Matt showed me a picture that looked nothing like that.
Yeah, but you can see it here, right? Like the side of
Yeah,
the head.
totally. I can see it.
So that's the costume that I'm going to be working on.
That
So-
looks like a lot of foam pieces, like a lot of like shoulder height pieces.
Yeah, and then the only thing that I need to figure out is how to make the pieces on the head glow because I've actually seen some it's very
it's glow eyes.
Yeah, it's like glowing. And I've seen if you type in cosplay, girls that have cosplayed as a character, they've done it, and I can't quite figure out how they did it, and I kind of want to do it in my own way.
LED lights type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, here we go.
When I was making Burning Man stuff, a lot of people brought me LED lights and had me
Yeah,
sewn
like see
into
this chick right
things.
here.
We pulled up the same chick.
Same photo.
Yeah. Except she
She's
doesn't have
famous.
What's her name?
the side shave.
No, give her a shout out. It looks good. What's her name? Do we know?
No.
All right.
Oh, this is something Blizzard paid to have done.
Yeah,
forget it
the
then.
the company that makes
Then
the
never
video
mind.
game. Yeah.
We only support independent. Cool
She's a
people
paid
here.
shill.
Yeah.
She probably didn't even make her costume. They probably did it for her. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways. No.
So LA Comic Con's at the end of October, by the way.
Yes, that's right. That's the Stan Lee Comic Con. It's always I forgot that's the next one. That's
I
the
do
one that
that.
you made my I believe that's the one you made my Vampirella costume for.
It is, yeah.
The Stan Lee Comic Con is usually always the weekend of my birthday, but they've been
November.
doing it the weekend of Halloween now, so I think it's going to be the end of
yeah.
October. Yeah, because it's
It's
always the weekend of my
27th
birthday.
to the 29th.
And usually they have it like the 5th through the 6th or whatever, like the weekend of my birthday. But they've been doing it. I think the reason why they've been doing it the weekend of Halloween is because people like to dress up on Halloween. So
That was one of the coolest parts about living in downtown Los Angeles, honestly, was when the cons came through because everyone is in a great mood. You're like out walking your dog to take a shit in the morning, and there's like a guy in like a full beard and like a Gandalf hat saying like, "Good morning," and you're like, "Fuck, can this happen every day?" Like, this is so nice.
Instead of the crack zombie apocalypse that goes on the rest of the time.
Totally. It's so nice. So nice.
Yeah, man. What's your favorite place? You've lived kind of all over the place in LA, haven't you? Like, you lived in downtown, you lived in Hollywood.
I had this discussion with someone the other day that when you first move to LA as a transplant, you always end up in Koreatown at first. Like you always
actually, you know what's funny? You say that because when I first moved to LA, and I knew nothing about the different parts of LA, you know, like this is downtown, this is K-Town, this is the Valley, when I first moved to LA, I stayed with my agent, and she lived in K-Town.
Yeah, it's always like what happens. That is not my favorite place. Let me just start with that. But you always start in K-Town.
But you started in K-Town.
Yeah. No, I love downtown so much. I do so much business down there. And, you know, the last building I was living in had so many creatives in one building. Mm-hmm. And it was just like everyone was always feeding off each other. I had like an aerialist. There was like, you know, an internet sensation, like big name influencer with all these numbers and shit. There was like a pin designer. There was the #1 cosplay photographer was like my direct neighbor. Like there was so much creative in this one building that living downtown was, I feel like if anyone's looking to like really break into something, you need to be downtown.
If you have a budget these days.
Oh my gosh, that's like, I don't want to say that's why we left, but buying a house is definitely a better deal than staying in a loft at this point. Just like, yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
I just saw on some site that the median price for a 1-bedroom downtown is $2,500 a month.
It's sad. It's really sad because then you're also walking out into poverty, which is also really sad. So it did this like huge mind fuck.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, it was something needs to change for sure. And it was hard to live in that situation. But like I'm down there to be creative and get the fashion business, which, you know, that I did, and my factories are down there and all my suppliers and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the bottom line rent number needed to change there. So
yeah. Well, that's funny because when I used to live in downtown, I lived all over the different neighborhoods in downtown, and I remember the first area that I lived in was what do you call it? The Arts District. Yeah. And speaking of celebrities again, I remembered I lived in a loft. I don't want to say which one because then people are probably gonna go over there and be like, oh, let's see if I can see this guy there. But the Candyman, the guy who played the Candyman,
oh my gosh,
Tony Todd.
I remember.
Tony Todd.
Yeah,
he lived in my building, and he's such a massive dude. I remembered distinctly this one instance because I would always run into him because the laundry room was on the 3rd floor of that building, right? Yeah. And we had like a big, because it was an artist loft, so we had like a huge freight elevator, you know, to get from all the floors. And I remember taking the freight elevator down. And I remembered it was like a scene from a movie, getting off the freight elevator and then turning the corner and then, oh my God, Tony Todd's like walking down the hallway.
Candyman.
And I'm like, somebody say Candyman. But I would always see him with this like petite little Asian girl, like older Asian lady. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, he's so massive. It was funny because every time I would run into him would be like on the floor of the laundry.
Matt just popped a bottle.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, there we go.
Woo,
I was like, I don't know if I have enough, but...
We're popping bottles, Joe.
Matt, did you move right to Hollywood, or where were you at?
I was originally in East Hollywood.
Okay.
So I had a shitty 1-bedroom East Hollywood that looked like it was something out of a Tarantino 90s flick.
That's cool.
With the pool that never got any fucking sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. In a year and a half of living there, I jumped in the pool 3 times, like, during ridiculously hot summer days where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going to jump in that. It's cold pool. Just to fucking get the fuck out of my apartment for half a second.
And then all the ladies flocked. They're like, oh my God, Matt.
Oh my God, I'm blind from the paleness. Oh my God. Have you ever seen the sun?
You and I have got... Oh no, we used to have the kiddie pool part. We used to live together. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, it was
that technically... we did technically live together.
It was a really cool moment in my life, Annie, when you were around all the time making me breakfast. So
oh hell yeah, I would make breakfast. We had that fucking garden out back that we would like.
So when I lived at Johnny White in a loft downtown, Annie happened to be a resident, kind of,
yeah, because I was in the middle of moving because I just broke up. You're always in my life. You're always in my life, Lindsay. Whenever
I was fresh off a breakup too, which was a really bad one. So I was like straight up like never wanted to leave my room. And it just so happened that Annie was like, yo, I'm here. What's up? You want to be friends? You want to eat breakfast?
Yeah, because
you want to go over walks? Do you want to get a kiddie pool and blow it up right now? And I'm like, yeah, I want to do all those
actually,
things.
I'm remembering this more now. Like you and I, we knew each other in passing from like before, you know, because we know all the same people and stuff like that. But we never actually like hung out or anything. And then when I finally moved in with Johnny, like temporarily or whatever, because I stayed there for a few months actually, so we technically lived together. That's when we truly became friends. That's when we hit it off. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't we hang out before? And then, we totally did blow up kiddie pools and just...
So then Annie moved out, and I was in this loft with about 5 gay men as the woman. And I know that sounds like it would be really great, but it wasn't. Especially in a big, huge artist space loft with no real walls. I was like Princess Jasmine. It was like draped off in this corner with no windows and the men. And I was like, I think it might be time to go. But it was a really good experience that I do feel like it helped me be a better LAer, that I lived in a loft with 5 gay men in the arts district at one point.
Yeah.
Getting drunk every day and
throwing awesome parties.
And then doing
awesome
whatever the fuck you wanted.
I don't know, throwing girls out in the middle of the night and whatever I felt like. Yeah.
Like, sorry, honey, you gotta go.
Yeah, and like I remember Johnny White would often like see these girls leave and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Actually, no, I'm not. What was your name? It doesn't matter, but thank you for coming." Like,
really?
Yeah, like
that
he would
sounds
say
just
crazy
like
shit
him
like that.
too.
Like,
oh my god,
he would say crazy shit like that, but you know, and I, you know, I loved him for it because like. I don't know if you guys have talked about Johnny White or had him on before.
We're actually having him tomorrow.
Oh my god, that's
It's
amazing
funny,
because like he has a personality like everyone needs a Johnny White in their life at some point.
He's my fairy godfather.
To just like shake you up and rile you up and show you some new things and just send you back loose to the world. Like, I'm going to show you some things that you didn't know you needed to know. And there you go, darling. Good luck. Like, that's how I feel about Johnny White in my experiences.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
that is pretty accurate.
Yeah. And, you know, every once in a while he'll call and invite me to a party. He'd be like, tonight, darling, someone's doing a live, you know, banana peeling at my loft, and there'll be jugglers on the side. See you there, BYOB. Yeah.
There's always something going on over there. Like, I'm having this soiree at my loft, and you know,
I want to be like, dude, how do you do it? I'm in bed by like 8:30. Like, what are you doing? I don't.
Seriously though, because I remembered here. Well, we'll probably hear all these stories tomorrow. But
oh, cheers! Is this
good?
Is it sweet?
It's a brute. No, it's not that sweet actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a brute. Okay,
That's good.
it's good. Pour me
No,
some
it's just
today.
funny.
Okay, I'm just wondering how much I'm going to have to pay to replace this. This is technically me and my roommate's housewarming gift from a year and a half ago.
Fine. Someone needed to open it.
Right?
Yeah.
A friend actually sent me a bottle for my birthday that was like,
Oh my god! Happy belated birthday, by the
thank
way.
you.
I've been like all over the
I don't
place.
fucking know how old I am at this point. I'm like, I turned 30 and I was like, I don't know how old I am after this. It's fine.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
We're in Hollywood. This is Never Neverland.
Yeah. We
true.
all get Botox. It's fine. No one
It's
knows.
true, actually. You run into people who are like, "Wait, how old are you?"
My girlfriend's Asian. No one has any idea how old she is. It's fine. I can get away with anything. It's fine.
We tried to get her on mic to find out. She wouldn't have it.
No, she's not having it. A big celebrity asked her to be on their podcast recently.
Oh,
and
yeah, I remember
she
this
like
story.
totally she ghosted. I was like, damn, girl, you got balls. She's like, nope.
It's a pretty big celebrity.
I was like,
too.
she's like, honestly, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I was about to ask who it was until you said that. Now I'm not going to inquire.
She's like, I just don't need it. Like, you know, I can just like hang out and like paint something instead. And I was like, okay, fine. Stressful times,
True.
but whatever. So yeah, that's
awesome.
getting drunk on your show is funny, huh? You just like get drunk and hang out with people.
Yeah,
That's the plan. That is totally the plan.
The whole point.
Damn, I was in the car right over here and I was like, I'm hungry. I was like, this isn't gonna go well. Like,
That's why I was just like wolfing down some food when you guys walked in. I'm like, oh,
I wish I would have known because sometimes we'll order food. You know, like well,
we still can.
we still can. If
funny.
you want a little something to eat. I'm sorry, my contact lens is bugging me. Nobody has eye drops here, do they?
Nope.
Shit.
have you guys had Veruca James on?
Not
No.
since the rebrand.
No.
Or have you had her ever?
No. Well, no.
No, okay.
Nope.
She was like my neighbor downtown, which was so random.
Really?
Yeah, I ran into
Wait,
her.
in your last spot that you lived in?
Yes, in my last building. She was
Really?
the building next door. And I ran into her at like a
Whole Foods? No, I'm
pop-up-
just kidding.
I wish. Fuck. At like a pop-up show I was doing at the Regent Theater. And it was just nice to see her and see how she's like, I don't know. It's just nice to see her. That's why I asked if she was on the show.
Yeah, she's made some drastic changes in her life for the better.
Totally. Yes, 100.
Oh, that I don't
100 emoji over.
know. I guess we'll have to talk off air about this.
Yeah, that's probably a
no,
wise move.
I was like,
No,
what?
she's great. But anyway, she invited me over to watch my first ever episode of Games of Thrones, which I've never watched.
Wait, so you've never seen it. So were you watching from the beginning or were you just watching some random episode?
No, it was some random episode
Oh my God.
where I was like, what do I need to know about this show watching it?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, okay, the women rule the world except for one person and everyone hates each other. And I was like, okay. Like I was like, all right, fine. Like
That's a pretty accurate summary, actually.
yeah. So I don't know. Someone got pushed into a lake and there was dragons trying to kill things. And
Oh, that's this season then.
it's this season for sure because they were all like having a party to watch it. So but that was
That's
my
like
first
a thing. That's totally a
But
thing.
like, I've been following the Games of Thrones costume director lately, and even though I've never watched the show, but I've been really watching it and like following it. And apparently, they ran out of a lot of money for wardrobe, and some things
Really?
that they've been doing is like the shields or the furs in the show is made of like IKEA rugs.
Yep.
And like
Oh,
just
shit.
recycled materials and whatever, which is kind of amazing.
It totally is. And the best part is IKEA totally embraced it. Their marketing team in the UK took a bunch of employees that looked like they could be on Game of Thrones and took those carpets and made outfits out of it.
That's so
Oh
awesome.
my God. That's interesting,
And I mean,
actually.
and I've done that. I mean, I've definitely not had materials and been like, yo, let's just use this.
Actually,
And-
I did that once for a Halloween costume. Nita Strauss?
Yeah.
Yeah. She, she's a huge Star Wars nerd. And several years ago, this is like, back in 2010, I think, we wanted to go on
So good. So good.
Let me see.
Here's the IKEA employees as Game of Thrones characters.
So good.
That's funny. So, me and her, we wanted to go as Han and Chewie.
Okay.
Her as Han, me as Chewie, and so I ended up getting a brown rug and cutting it into pieces to fucking make my Chewbacca costume.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Resourceful.
yeah.
That Project Runway, like that challenge of non-textiles, getting creative. But anyway, that's my Games of Thrones, whatever.
What'd you think?
And then
You're
everyone
like,
was like so mad at the end. They're like, they're just going to leave us hanging. And I was like, I have no idea what just happened. So.
Were you watching the finale or something?
No, it's episode 5.
Oh shit!
What? I didn't even know where I was in any.
Oh, I know exactly where you were because Jaime Lannister charged at spoilers if you're behind Game of Thrones for some fuck up reason.
Yeah.
Jaime Lannister's charging at Daenerys and when she's tending to her dragon, and it was the one that a million memes got launched from because it was all Leroy Jenkins and shit.
I have no idea.
Are you not current on the season?
I'm way behind.
Do you like that show?
I'm way behind. The stuff that I had seen, I liked it, but I'm like so behind. I'm like several seasons behind. I would have to like binge watch 4 seasons to catch up. I don't know what season are they in?
7.
Yeah,
Whoa.
4 seasons because the last season I left off at was season 3 when I was binge watching.
The costuming's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, the set pieces, the costuming, everything's really
Yeah.
well done.
And I didn't, I don't know why I've never seen it, so I didn't expect it to be filmed so modernly, It's not filmed in a historic, it is filmed historically, but it looks so modern that I didn't expect that.
HBO pulled out all the stops on that show. I mean, it's really, I love it. I'm into it.
Maybe I should start it from the beginning, but I don't know who has time to start it from the beginning at this point, to be honest.
Well, I know someone that binge watched all 7 seasons up until this point. She has kids and like nothing else to do. So
The kids totally should not watch that.
no, not. I'm just saying she's like like a single mom who like I guess that has nothing to do with the fact that she has nothing else to do with her life. But she she doesn't have a regular day job. You know what I mean? So she kind of has a lot of free time.
Do you think it's going to be like Lost, where Lost was really good until the last season and everyone was like, fuck this? Like the last couple episodes of Lost, everyone was like, no.
That's already starting to happen because.
Oh, really?
Well, the problem is the first handful of seasons are completely in line with the books, and then the last two books haven't been written.
Oh.
So essentially, tail end of season 6, season 7, season 8 is all fanfic.
Oh, I see. Kind of how I lost interest in Walking Dead, too. I lost it.
I lost interest in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I collected the comics long before they made the TV show. And the first season, I was like, wow, this is like almost on point. And then I can't remember what season I left. I think it was the 3rd season.
I think it's because it just became them battling each other. And it was really cool. The zombies were fucking cool, like being scared of zombies. And now you're just scared of one another, which isn't so cool to me. Yeah.
But that's also kind of the point of the comic, too, was
Yeah.
them infighting and being more afraid of each other.
Yeah, that was definitely... And I feel like there's a lot of loopholes in Walking Dead where it's like, how long does it take for them to actually die? Are they just walking skeletons at one point? Or is it like...
Yeah.
So there's a lot of loopholes, so I don't know.
Yeah, because they kind of did that in 28 Days Later, where the first one, yeah, because the second one was 28 weeks later. The first one, where at the very, very end, they show like this, if that's even possible, to make a zombie look like it's rotting, where it was like malnutrition because it hadn't been, it had nothing to feed on, and I was like, really? Do you remember that in 28 Days Later?
Yeah, well, but those were all the rage virus.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't actually zombies.
Yeah.
I really loved that. I loved Walking Dead though for a minute, and now I'm.
Yeah.
I feel I don't really know anyone who's super into it. Into like Quinn, my girlfriend, kind of watches it, but doesn't
like,
keep
not-
up as much as she should.
Or like not as much as people were in the beginning, because I feel like people
Yeah.
were way into Walking Dead like in the first few seasons,
Yeah.
and now you don't really hear much about it. Because I remember seeing my feed, it was kind of like what Game of Thrones is now. It was always like Walking
Exactly,
Dead, Walking
yeah,
Dead,
totally.
spoilers from Walking Dead. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Now you don't
yeah.
hear anything.
No, nothing.
Well, part of that is also because they keep dicking with the audience with like cliffhanger here, and from what I haven't been into Walking Dead in a long time either, but from what people who watch it regularly go, you needed to watch the first episode of the season, the midpoint of the season, and the finale, and nothing in between actually matters.
Yeah,
Interesting. That's probably true.
yeah, I believe it.
Oh, that's probably true.
That they've just become so goddamn formulaic. It was just like 3 episodes of all that fucking matters. That sucks. That's bad TV.
Orange is the New Black went that way too. It sucks.
Oh yeah, or how many seasons of that do they have?
I don't know, but the last 2 is pretty awful. Actually with Johnny White, haha.
Ah,
He
ha, ha.
took me to 2 Emmy Presents Orange is the New Black panels where
That's awesome.
yeah, he sent me to 2 of them with him where we sat and we watched the cast of Orange is the New Black talk and try to like get Emmy votes or whatever. And I just didn't even go this last couple times because I'm like, I don't know. It's just too out there.
Yeah.
It's not believable anymore.
It's now gotten, because like the first season, just like everything else, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing, because it's based on the
Yeah.
book, on the real girl's life, and then wait, how many seasons did you say they're at now?
I think 3 or 4.
I'm on it.
I feel like
All
it's
right.
more than 3, because I remember thinking to myself when I found out how many there was that holy shit, that's a lot for like.
And like when I'm sewing, because I do sew every day, I like try to put on shows and like
Right,
get
like
hip with
background,
it.
some background
some
stuff,
kind
yeah.
of background. But I'm like cannot even close to finish Orange is the New Black. I've tried like so many times and I can't finish it.
5 seasons.
Holy shit.
5 seasons.
So watch the first one and then can the rest.
It's kind of true. I don't even remember seeing the second. I think I only just saw the first season. I don't think I ever remember seeing the second season.
The first
of that.
season was cool, and then the second season you watched it because you hoped for the best, and then you didn't get it. So
And then you're like, what the fuck?
yeah, never mind. Never mind.
Well, I feel like that is the challenge of modern television, to continue to write compelling stories, because like when you write movies, the goal is to write the most compelling story for your characters that ever happened to them.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, season after season, I got to write the most compelling story for a character. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
And then if it's based on something, which is what Orange is New... Actually, all these things. Orange is the New Black is based on a book. Walking Dead is based on a comic book. Game of Thrones are based on books. All these shows are based on books.
And with Game of Thrones, that series is uncompleted, and it's been going on for 21 years.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. George R. R. Martin's been writing those
Wow.
books for 21 years.
Oh, I see.
There's so many books.
And that's why it's been compelling the whole time, is because he takes his time to very carefully crafted stories. Where unlike having to pump out season after season, not everything ends up being the A game.
I don't. Yeah, that's as far as my TV crazy.
As I'm sitting here
Annie's
with my
like trying really hard to fix her contacts, and it's just like I feel like she's just gonna like pop out her eye, and I'll hold out my hand to
I
catch
feel like
it.
I'm just gonna take my contact out and be blind in one eye for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
One-eyed Annie.
Yeah, seriously, I'm like,
Have you guys watched Ozark yet?
yes.
No.
I finished it.
What's that?
Oh my god, have you finished it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What's that?
dude.
So,
Jeez.
just disclaimer: there might be spoilers in this current upcoming
Wait,
conversation.
what network is it
Unless
on?
Lindsay
Start
wants to
here.
fucking watch
What
it.
network
though.
is it on?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Okay. All right, go.
Jason Bateman is in it.
Okay.
Laura Linney is in it.
Okay.
Dramatic roles.
Yeah, so you know Jason Bateman's. You're used to seeing him in comedy and stuff like that, right? This role is way different than what you're used to seeing him in.
Okay.
He's actually directing most of the episodes
He
too.
directs a lot of
Oh,
the episodes for
interesting.
sure. Yeah.
Quick gist, not the whole thing.
So basically, Jason Bateman's character, and you find that out right from the beginning. He's not extorting, embezzling.
He's
right?
a money launderer
Oh, money launderer. That's right. He's laundering money, and
for the
then,
cartels.
and a bunch of people that he works with, they get fucking
Because they were embezzling.
yeah.
There- yeah.
And so basically, he tries to make a deal with the guy from the cartel on like, I can get your money back. And then so begins this whole journey of trying to get that money
Is
back.
it just one season right now, or what?
Yeah, just one season right now, 10 episodes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they definitely leave it open-ended for like, okay, there's going to be a season 2.
Okay, so that's a good one.
It's pretty good. I mean, I had some problems with it, but
There's certain things in it where you're definitely like, wait a minute,
I
like with the
started a
FBI
show,
guy. And,
On Netflix about like the bad kid. Ugh, fuck, guys, I'm really terrible at stories.
wait, go back, what?
I miss details. It's a new Netflix show, and it's about like this horrible stepson. And I feel like it should have been like the vintage movie The Bad Seed. Like that movie fucking rules, and it's terrifying.
Wait, so
But
this is a Netflix show?
it's a new Netflix show, and it's about like
is it called Little Evil?
yes, it's called Little Evil.
Oh wow, how come I
And it's about where this man marries this wife who previously had problems with like the kid like fucking up previous relationships. And
Really?
like the wife wouldn't let this new husband meet the kid until they were married because she knew something would happen, and like it's just like not good.
As a dude, that would be a red flag. Like, we're gonna get married.
Exactly.
We're gonna get married. You won't even let me
Yeah.
meet your
So,
children.
Like, people keep dying in this scenario and whatever, and it's just really not that great. And I was hoping someone would have a different opinion than me, but I haven't met anyone.
Oh wait, I remember seeing a preview for this one.
Yeah.
Because it's got what's his fucking name in it? Adam Scott.
Yeah.
And then
no, it's got a cool cast, but
Chris D'Elia is
not
in like
great.
an episode too.
So it made me think, like, is Netflix like just pumping out anything? But you know what was amazing? The Keepers. Did you guys watch that?
I
Wait,
did not.
is that another Netflix thing?
Matt, straight up the best thing I've seen this year. Annie, you haven't seen it either?
No, it's a wait. Is this a documentary series?
Yes, it's a docu.
Wait, it's on Netflix.
Yes.
I think I
Okay,
saw this cover, but I
Forget
never.
everything else I just said that you should watch. Okay, like this is what you need to watch. The Keepers is about a all-girls school in the 60s, Catholic, and one of the nun teachers went missing and was murdered.
Holy
And it was a
shit.
huge cover-up, and it's amazing. And like Netflix follows these people that were part of the town or students of this sister, and they like uncover all this murder that's been covered up by the town for the last however many years.
Holy shit!
So this is the new Making a Murderer?
It's yes, but way better, because Making a Murder honestly didn't really keep my attention.
Well, yeah, it's
that's
very
like-
rednecky.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. I remember watching because I like stuff
Yeah, me
about serial
too.
killers and murderers and all that. And I remember seeing what was it? Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this
and,
one is like
and they lost me.
Scandal
I was like, holy shit.
no, this one's great.
The Keepers.
The Keepers.
Adding
Okay.
it to my queue right
No,
now.
no, I'm serious. Like everything else I've talked about, forget about. But the Keepers will hold you, and you'll be like, "What the fuck?" the whole time.
Forget about Fox
You know,
Blood.
okay,
Forget
so-
about all the fashion.
Yeah. Don't even look into it. This.
The Keeper. I'm gonna have to look into that now. So Speaking of Netflix and shit like that, and like also because we were just talking about it, Stephen King.
Yeah.
There's a new movie coming out at the end of the month on Netflix. Another one based on a Stephen King novel called Gerald's Game.
Okay.
Where it's got Carla Gugino in it. I don't know
Okay.
if you know who that is. She's
No.
the one with the hot tits. She was in Sin City and
yeah.
Watchmen.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
she was in Son-in-Law with fucking Pauly Shore. Remember her?
Oh,
She was she was Marv's parole officer in Sin City.
Yes, in Sin City. Yeah,
So
you
it's
see her
not out
tits,
yet.
and she plays a lesbian in Sin City. Remember that?
Yeah, she plays a lesbian.
Because what's his name? Mickey Rourke was all like, she's a lesbian, but you wonder why? Because she's like,
But it's not out yet.
no. So it comes out at the end of the month. It's called Gerald's Game. Basically, it's based on the novel where this woman, Carla, and her fucking husband, they go out into this lake house in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? And they get kinky in the bedroom where he's like, I'm gonna
Okay,
fuck
so every horror movie ever. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, right. So he handcuffs her to the bed, and she kind of has flashbacks, and she's like getting uncomfortable, as they're in the middle of everything. He's like trying to role play with her, and she's like, I don't like this anymore. Like, please stop. So they stop, and then all of a sudden, as he's on the bed, and this is all in the trailer, so it's not like I'm spoiling anything because it hasn't even come out yet. He has a fucking heart attack and falls off the bed.
Bummer.
She's still cuffed. Do you know where I'm going with this? She's still cuffed to the bed in the middle of fucking nowhere, screaming for help. Nobody can fucking hear her. Her husband's fucking dead on the floor, rotting for who knows how many days that she's stuck there. But she starts to go crazy, basically, and that's the fucking movie.
Whoa.
Okie
Flash
dokie,
show
that's going
or
to
a
be
movie?
interesting.
Yeah. What would you say?
A show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Fucking
It's a Netflix movie.
Killing
Yeah,
it.
Netflix is killing
Except
it,
for
man.
Little Evil. Don't watch that.
Duly noted.
Hey, no one can bat 1,000.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I'm
But
actually-
The Keepers. Fuck.
I'm actually keeping this up on my computer so that I remember that if I want to go back, because that actually does look interesting to me.
It's really
especially
cool.
growing up Catholic and going
No,
to
my
Christian private
mom
school my whole
was
life.
like part in that time, and and I went my freshman year in high school. I went to an all-girl Catholic school where they were finally like, Miss Hart's, my mom, your daughter definitely doesn't want to be here. Maybe we should reassess this, which is crazy because they were probably making like, I don't know, whatever the fuck they charge like parents to put your kids in Catholic schools.
Catholic schools are
like
expensive.
$5,000 or
'cause they're
something
usually
ridiculous.
private schools.
But they definitely sat down with my mom and was like, Lindsay definitely doesn't want to be here. So anyway, my mom was really convinced to put me in a Catholic school because my sister went and she graduated from one, and whatever.
Oh shit. Okay.
But I guess in the 60s that was like a thing you do. You graduated from Catholic schools. So my mom did that.
It brought you to a better life or something.
Something.
Did they ever figure out who done it?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like the most twists and
Scandalous.
turns. I'm surprised Quinn's not like jumping in her seat with like opinions on it because it's so good.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely. It's on my watch list.
I can't believe you guys haven't talked about it yet because it was.
I didn't even know it existed.
It was popular
what's
like
funny
a
is that
month
I was
ago.
just going through different release because you said it just came out a month ago.
When do you think Keepers came out? Probably 2 months ago, actually, because I was in the
So just not that long ago, basically. Not that long
2
ago.
months, yeah.
So we're behind the curve, Cruz.
You're
What
way
the fuck?
behind the
Which is
curve.
funny because I was just
Fuck.
going through all these different trailers and like trying to see what's in the now. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going
Annie now
on.
has one eye closed.
Arg.
I hate this. My contact lens is bugging the shit out of me. I have to go fix it.
Speaking of other TV, have any of you watched The Deuce yet?
The what?
The Deuce.
Wait, what's that? I thought you said.
James-
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you said douche. I was like, what?
No. The James Franco HBO 70s porn Times Square show.
Oh, I heard about it, but I didn't know it was called The Deuce.
No, I
Am
haven't
I
watched
tripping?
it. Is it on cable or?
It's on HBO, yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't.
I enjoyed the first episode, but a lot of people in the biz are screaming bloody murder
fuck,
about
the
it.
Biz. Yes. You're like how I'm like, oh yes, the Biz. Yes, I remember now about that. The Biz. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a period. It takes place in the 70s, right?
Yeah, like
70s,
71.
Well, who's around from the 70s that can give a valid commentary? I would like to know.
Nina Hartley.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
That's
and
about
that's
it.
about it. So you need to like take that with a grain of salt, I assume.
Well,
you know?
and from what I was told, that James Franco actually hung out on a bunch of sets.
He did. He also went to a couple of, I think Kink.com was one of the places he hung out too. If I remember correctly.
Which doesn't exist anymore, right?
No, they still exist.
They're in Vegas now.
Oh, in Vegas.
Yeah, they just moved production. They still have the Armory, but they've decided to use it for other purposes. But they are still producing a lot of movies and stuff. But wait, so it's getting a lot of I mean, it obviously has good reviews. Like it's 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no, the mainstream is all
They're
about
loving it. But people in the I have no leg to stand on because I've never seen it. But you're saying that the reception from the adult industry, they hate it.
They're like, James, well, a lot of people uneducated about it are like, James Franco, you should come to a set and see how real production's done. One, the pilot has no porn production in it.
Okay.
So I don't know why they're screaming bloody murder already. Like, there's not a single scene where they shoot porn in the pilot.
So only
But the only
pilot's
thing that's
released.
been out
Yeah.
is the pilot.
All right.
So people are getting up in arms for nothing.
And you're like, why the fuck are you complaining? There's no porn in the first episode.
Right, there's a lot of prostitution.
And that was a thing in the fucking 70s.
In Times Square, fuck yeah.
Yeah, in fucking New York, hell yeah. So people are just bitching for just a bitch.
Because they want attention. I don't fucking know
Yeah,
why.
they're like, you don't know anything. Well, anything that has anything to do with the adult industry, I feel like people in the business just want a reason to complain about it.
Well, and I understand.
I'm all just over here like, can y'all pay people a lot? Like, that's just like, y'all will be a lot happier if you just paid each other more. Like, maybe.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true.
that's kind of how I'm feeling.
Well, I feel like after Hot Girls Wanted, everyone's super afraid of whatever the mainstream does with the industry.
Hot Girls Wanted was
One or two.
a documentary. Well, the second one sucked just as bad.
I was like, because I watched one and I was like, I mean, it's sensationalized, but like, okay. I didn't
the
even
second
watch
one was
two.
worse than the first because they actually used footage of girls without their consent.
Yike.
And there was a whole thing
Brutal.
on that, like people getting pissed off because they're like, oh, I didn't want my family to see this. Like, what the hell type of situation. There was a lot of backlash from that because it was kind of an invasion of privacy
Yike.
for them
Yeah,
to
they
like,
consented to some things, but not others that they used. It was.
yeah.
Y'all are watching like Hot Girls Wanted. I'm like here watching Chef Table. Like, what?
You have made the better choice.
Seriously. So there's only one episode of this show out, and you've seen it.
I've seen it. I saw it when they. I've seen it. Wow, my English is so good right now.
Champagne.
Yeah.
Champagne bubbly.
I saw it. It's really good. It's very gritty New York, like 70s. It's what vinyl should have been.
I'm looking at pictures, and it really looks pretty gritty. So, but was it good?
No, it really was. And
Okay.
it's from David Simon, the writer of The Wire.
Remember that one other movie? It was called like Starlet something.
Starlet.
Was it just called
It was
Starlet?
the guy who did the same guy who did.
I thought that was good.
Didn't he do Tangerine? No,
that
no, no.
was based in like the 70s,
No, I'm thinking
wasn't
of
it?
somebody else. Hold on a second.
Never saw that one.
It was a long time
They
ago.
actually used real porn people in that one. Like
Yeah,
it's
they
about a
did.
girl who does porn, but she's not industry at all.
Yeah.
And they actually used a body double for her for some of the
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah, yeah.
But I remembered seeing Starlet. That's what it was called.
Damn, I'm glad I remember that.
And I
See,
remember-
I told a story, kind of, guys.
And
That
I-
like I fulfilled.
And I remembered seeing her. Or no, I remember seeing Manuel Ferrara in it.
Yeah, yeah.
It is the same guy that does Tangerine. He follows me on Twitter.
Ooh.
But he uses a lot of industry people in his films. Like, did you ever see Tangerine?
I did. Well, sort of.
Tangerine. He shot that entirely on an iPhone.
Yep.
And
Oh, really?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
around my old apartment. It's all like
All
Santa
around-
Monica and East Hollywood. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I know exactly where that is. That
But
is.
no,
love that.
what's
I
her
kinda
name?
love
Anna
that.
Fox is in it. Anna Fox is in it. She plays a prostitute. And you know, because it's about trans women and stuff. So the guy he thinks that she's a trans,
I
and
did
then
watch Tangerine.
yeah, and then when he pulls her skirt up,
Did you watch Tangerine?
he sees a pussy, and he's like, what the fuck is this? She's like, what do you mean, what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh my god, it's Anna Fox.
That was cool.
But yeah, he uses a lot of industry people in his film. So I wasn't surprised when I saw that he was following me. I
It's a
was
short
like, oh,
film
shit.
too, right?
Independent.
Yeah.
More independent.
Yeah, it was pretty short, I
It
think.
was shorter.
A shorter runtime.
Yeah.
They ran out of cloud storage.
Fair. Been there. Been there.
Yeah, I actually can't figure out how long this film is. Oh, it's an hour and a half. Tangerine
Oh,
is
really?
an hour and a
Wow.
half. Yeah.
I thought it went
Tangerine
fast.
is an hour and a half. Starlet is an hour and 43.
I don't remember all of Starlet even, but it's so funny when I first moved to LA and I like watched all these crazy LA movies. I know exactly where I was sitting and like watching these things and like in my Hollywood apartment and like thinking about 1,000 things at once. And you know, that was also the year that that big earthquake happened on St. Patrick's Day. Do you guys remember that? It was
Wait,
like the middle
just
of
like
the
3
night.
years ago or something?
3 or 4 years ago.
No, yeah, because I remembered I was living in the hills, and I remembered I slept through a couple of earthquakes before in the past, but this one, I don't know if it's because I was up high.
Yeah.
But and my room had like mostly I had mirrors that covered from the ceiling to the floor on one wall in my bedroom, and the bed was in front of it. And I remembered 6 a.m, the whole room was shaking, and the only reason why I woke up is because the glass, the mirror, my bed was like hitting it, and I'm like, and I swear to God, when I woke up, my first initial reaction was, who the fuck is having a party right now? I thought there was like music. I
so
legit
weird.
thought that someone was playing loud ass music, and that's why the room was shaking. You know, 6 a.m, I'm groggy, waking up.
Yeah.
But then when I finally woke up, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I went out of the room and the whole house was shaking. And then I realized, did we just have an earthquake?
So weird.
And I remembered at the time it was like a really heavy one.
That
too.
was my first LA earthquake. Actually, my like last one, to be honest with you. I haven't really felt one since.
I've slept through every one that's happened since I've been here.
I lived in
really?
I remember there was one while I was living in downtown, and I slept through it. Like glass fell off the table, and because I lived in a loft, and it was like cement floor, and it shook so hard enough to knock shit off the table, but I slept through it. I remember waking up, and I was like, "Why is there broken glass on the floor?" And like, there was a fucking earthquake. And
The
I'm
loft
like,
on Flower?
"No, not that one. It was the one in the Arts District that I used to
okay.
live in." Yeah.
So according to KTLA, because Mexico just got an 8.2, we're due one also.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
we've been due for one for
I've
a
been
while.
like
I thought.
reading a lot about due for, or if it's actually going to happen, or if there's a way to actually predict it. And it's not necessarily, but like, yeah, we technically are due for, so it hasn't happened in a minute, and it usually happens pretty often.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
like,
and
if you can like predict due for, I don't necessarily know
No.
that's true. Yeah.
The San Andreas fault.
but the one that destroyed San Francisco in 1906 was only a 7.8.
Only.
Well, but Mexico just got an 8.2.
Yeah, that's true.
I
That's true.
see.
That's true.
So yeah, we may be fucked. Hopefully, it happens while I'm in Europe next week.
You're going to Europe next week?
I go to Amsterdam on Sunday.
And then what?
Amsterdam, then Munich, back to Amsterdam, then Helsinki, then back to the States.
Oh, I love Helsinki.
I've
never been, but I have a lot of friends there.
Oh, really?
I have a friend there who would probably definitely meet up with you and like show you how to swallow some swords. Her name is Lucky Hell.
Hey, giggity.
She's amazing.
Oh, I'm definitely down because
Giggity.
the rest of my friends abandon me when I go to Helsinki. They go back to the States. I go to Helsinki by myself.
Because it's why a little wild.
Because they're lame and they're like Finland.
Oh yeah, no, I have a friend there. So you really want to meet up with a friend? She'll like get crazy. Because
I'm totally down.
yeah, because she's like just a little wild. She's a professional sword swallower for real.
Ooh.
Yes, and
I got freaky with a sword swallower once.
and beautiful. Tell us more.
At Johnny White's.
Was it Lucky Hell?
I can't remember her
No,
name, but she was
probably
part of the sideshow, like that sideshow freak show. And I met her at Johnny White's. So many things happen at Johnny White's, I swear.
It's true.
It really does.
God, you
And-
guys are gonna have such good stories when he's here.
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh, are you kidding me? I call him my fairy
Lindsay
godfather.
Hart's highlights. She worked with Alyssa, watched The Keepers. Johnny White, however, is gonna be like,
Like, do we have enough time? No, I'm just kidding. No, but no, I remembered he was having one of his fabulous. We were just talking about how he has these fabulous parties at his place. He was having one of those at his fucking loft, and I remembered one of the little spectacles. I guess you know how sometimes he'll have live music, right? Because he has that garden
Yeah,
and that like it's like almost like a stage. Sometimes he'll have people in his loft playing music or singing and doing other shit. So this particular night, he had this girl do a sword swallowing act.
Oh my gosh.
And then there was like live music and all this other stuff. So it was just kind of like a fun night. And I remembered for whatever reason, she was kind of like gravitating towards me.
She was eyeing you?
We
She was
just
giving you the
met.
eyes?
Oh, dude, we just met that night. And she kind of followed me around like a puppy, but in a very submissive way.
Ooh.
To where she, I had her alone, and she got down on her knees at my feet and just looked up at me and was like, "I'll do anything that you want." And I was just like,
God. See, this
Close
is
the
why
door
Annie
real
lives a
quick.
million years in like 4 weeks. This is how this happens. Like she has a million lives.
I had her kissing my feet all the way up to my knee. She let me drag her around, like on her knees. Like I just met this chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, That's Lucky Hale.
Just let me see.
That's not even good photos of her. Keep going.
I'll
hot.
find good photos.
She's
I
hot.
mean, those are good photos.
Lucky's a professional oh yeah, she's a professional sideshow performer.
Wait a minute.
Is it the same girl you met?
Oh wait, no, she was blonde though. The girl that I'm talking about.
And Lucky is definitely very bisexual. But
Yeah, this girl.
Hey, as long
I
as she
don't-
shows me where to drink, I don't
no,
care.
she will. She
this
will.
girl, I'm not sure if she was gay or bi. I definitely know that she was gay for me.
Nice.
Because this bitch was all over me. And then, like, at some point, it was really hot. Because at some point, because, you know, it's one thing to, like, flirt with someone.
I know.
And
I
it's-
know. Matt's showing me pictures of Lucky. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
And it's another, and it's another to, like, just give yourself, like, relinquish all fucking control to somebody that you just met, right?
Yeah.
And we just kind of connected that people were like, do you guys know each other? Like, no, we just fucking met.
Annie, to be fair, you have those moments with a lot of people.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know. No, I know. So I went with my partner, Quinn. We went to Europe 2 years ago. We went to Tokyo this year as our trip, which was
I have
awesome.
that.
Oh,
looked
I
like
love
so
Tokyo.
much
I love
fun.
Tokyo
Oh my
so
God.
much.
I thought that Rome would be my favorite place in the world, but like no, right now it's Tokyo.
Tokyo is the best.
And like I'm a vegetarian and I couldn't really eat much of anything, but I fucking still love Tokyo. I love it. Like
Did you have any problems with the tattoos?
we didn't my partner, my girlfriend, she has like full neck tattoo. She's very visibly tattooed in her hands and things like that. And you know, I have full sleeves. And I wish that someone told me it was the middle of the summer, it was 98 degrees humidity, like being in New Orleans with sunshine. And I wish someone told me to just wear a t-shirt, just wear your band t-shirts all week, because I wore like tank tops and whatever. And not that people disrespected me or looked down on me, but I definitely stood out.
Well, they're super polite about their racism and their discrimination.
Yeah. They're really like, they're very nice, and no one like was rude to me or anything like that, but I could tell that I wasn't I wasn't the norm by any means. And it wasn't because I'm tattooed or anything like that. It was because I was more exposed than the rest of them. It wasn't my tattoos.
The tattoos definitely have something to do with it too. The first trip I was there, we got refused service in 10 different spots
That's
because
because they look at tattoos as being kind of synonymous with like
Yeah.
gangs, you know.
But it's not that Quinn and I really went places that we would necessarily get kicked out of. Like, we spent most of our time in Harajuku, to be honest, because
Okay.
I wanted to be around fashion. I wanted to be
Yeah,
around cute
yeah.
things. I wanted to be inspired. And
Yeah, I saw the
like,
pictures. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing.
we definitely stayed in like heavily populated touristy areas, so we didn't really experience that. And there was a couple things like I wanted to do, like I forget what it's called now, but not like a bathhouse, but it was like kind of like a Japanese bathhouse type of thing. We were 100% not allowed in because we had tattoos.
Yep.
Things like that, which kind of bummed me out, but I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I get it. Like, it's part of your culture. Like, I'm not going to protest it or be sad or whatever.
what was crazy was last time I was there, my tattoo artist has some friends that are tattoo artists in Japan,
Of course.
and they're all low-level Yakuza guys.
Okay.
Because that's how
Yeah.
you learn how to tattoo in Japan.
Yeah.
Is from the Yakuza.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got a bathhouse you can go to with tattoos. And me and my
sweet.
friends were like, I'm not sure we want to go to the Yakuza bathhouse.
I would.
In hindsight, we should have. At the time, we're kind of like, I feel like we may have to mule drugs to be able to get access to
Oh my
it.
gosh, that's so funny. So at one point, it was so random that my old boss from Columbus, Ohio, when I lived there a couple years ago, it was so random. He saw my Facebook post that I was in Tokyo, and he's like, hey, I'm in Tokyo too. And I was like, whoa, rad. Like, oh, cool. And he's like, do you want to meet me at this FetLife party later in Tokyo? And I was like, yes, I do. 100% want to come meet you at a fetish party in Tokyo. That sounds amazing.
That sounds like it could be the weirdest thing ever.
Exactly. So I was ready, right? So, like, we get on this train ride and we end up there, however. And we go in, we walk down into a basement and we take our shoes off, which is like, fine. You know, like we're in a basement and I was like, okay, we'll take our shoes off. And I paid like 16 American dollars for like a Corona in a glass bottle.
Oh
And I
my
was like,
God.
okay, that's fine too. Because I'm in Japan. And it really literally wasn't any different than anything in LA. And it made me just think like how shocked we are here that like crazier things happen on the subway in LA than they would in like a fetish club in Tokyo in a basement. You know, it was like a guy on a pole and like maybe some shibari, but nothing like ridiculous. That wasn't.
Yeah. You're like,
That's-
I've seen crazier. No,
I know, but without saying that, but like that's like I've seen crazier on the subway on a Monday morning. Like,
That's super disappointing because the rest of Japan is so different than everywhere else.
it was different, but it wasn't like shocking. It was shocking that they were smoking. I was like, weird.
Oh yeah, it's illegal.
no, yeah.
It's illegal to smoke on the streets in Tokyo, but legal to smoke indoors.
Yeah.
The party lawyer got yelled at. The only rude thing that ever happened on the last trip was some dude while we were in Akihabara was like, "You can't smoke here." He's like, "My bad, dude."
Yeah. Akihabara was great. We held owls in Akihabara.
Oh, I think I saw that too. Oh man,
I cried. It was so funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't expect
How long were you
that.
guys in Japan for?
About a week.
Okay.
And we Airbnb'd. I wanted to stay in Harajuku because obviously I had a lot of business to do in Harajuku. And, we went on Airbnb and we found the most obnoxious place, right? And it was like pink walls, streamers, balloons.
Was that the picture that you posted where it was like, it looked like a little, yeah.
And it was like no bigger than a laundry room. It was so small. Like, I didn't even care.
Dead serious. The place that me and my buddy stayed at last time, about the size of the office.
Yeah.
With 4 of us in bunk beds.
Yeah, no.
Wait.
it was amazing.
Okay, so the size of your office, not including a bathroom, right?
Not including the bathroom, but
Okay,
like
I was gonna
the
say.
common
You can
area.
definitely hear everything that's going on in the bathroom. 100%.
Oh God.
And like Quinn and I had separate beds. Even it was like so tiny. And
Really?
it was pretty amazing. But it was like it was like this cool experience. And there was a vending machine on the street outside.
Everywhere. Fucking everywhere.
And Quinn didn't really like the Airbnb so much, but I loved it, and I just thought it was so like weird. And they had because it was like this Lolita Harajuku girl theme room, and they had like signs that said like "Oh Lucy," like meaning like trying to like get American culture, and like
Oh,
didn't,
yeah.
like no parking unless you're a Lucy fan, and it didn't make any sense
Oh
at
my
all.
God, that's
all these
funny
like
and
horrible puns.
So much of Japan does not make sense.
It's great. And it was actually quite cheap to fly there during the summer.
Holy
So
shit.
that's
Wait,
the whole goddamn Airbnb.
That's small.
But it was $125 a person per week.
You
Wow,
stayed a
for
whole
the week?
You stayed a week?
Yep.
What part of town? What part?
We were in Shibuya.
Oh, I love Shibuya.
Yeah, we were in Shibuya. The first time I went, we stayed in Minoto and then moved to Roppongi.
I didn't go there. Nope.
I burned hotel points and stayed at the Ritz-Carlton.
Wow.
Starts on the 45th floor. We were on 47. You could see Mount Fuji from the window.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Second trip, Airbnb in Shibuya.
Yeah. It was great. At one point, we had such bad jet lag. We were like napping all over the time. But we woke up at 5 a.m. and I yelped. Yelp is actually really great in Japan. And,
Really?
yeah, it really is. And I was like, oh, there's a 24-hour ramen joint. Let's go.
Oh shit.
So we
That's
went
awesome.
to Shibuya from Harajuku, which isn't far. And, we got there at like 6 a.m. And we ordered ramen from a vending machine and sat down. And, all of us, you're sitting there, and Quinn and I are in separate booths right next to each other with a wall separating us. And then, like, the curtain opens and the man brings us our ramen through under the curtain. We never see him. And then
Oh my God.
it was great. It was really cool. And it was 6 a.m. So then, like, whatever, we finished at like 7. Mm-hmm. So we're the only people in there, obviously.
Right. So early, yeah.
And as we're leaving, it's a completely different vibe. It's rush hour. And we can't get, we get on the subway, but just barely. And it's so rush hour that there's trains dedicated to women because it's so packed in so tightly.
Really?
We're
So
no-
dudes don't beat creeps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no men allowed on the train. It was just
They need that in
women.
Hollywood.
And they were looking at us like these women who are obviously trying to go to work are looking at us like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we're like, we're lost. I don't know.
Did you ever go to any of the major stations at last call?
No, we didn't have that. No.
So one of my craziest memories is leaving Shinjuku at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
from a bar and watching the mass exodus to Shinjuku Station. Like, seriously, thousands of people walking into the station to go home at last call.
Shinjuku is like the robot cafe, right?
The Robot Cafe's there.
Yeah.
The best metal bar in Tokyo's there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Gods.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah.
Did you go to Gods?
I didn't. I I didn't drink that much in Tokyo. I didn't.
How could you not drink in Tokyo? There's such a hard drinking
No,
culture.
there really is. There really is. But this is look at me being PG. You know what's great over there? The vending machine arcades that are just like claw machines. Only claw machine arcades in that area.
Oh, and there's crazy things in those claw machines.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like-
what?
Rubber chickens.
Well, rubber chickens, but some of them have like, what would be equivalent like $100 plus like posable figures, like collectible figures.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Some of them say it's like a gambling cover up. I don't know if that's true or not.
It is true.
Okay, so, but I saw.
Really?
Yeah. But it's cool because they're all claw games, and it's like, this is sweet. Like, I know how to play this. I don't have to like pretend like I know how to play Overwatch or something. Like,
Did you try Pachinko? The little like silver ball.
did we try that? No, we didn't try that.
I tried that. I couldn't figure it out. I was just throwing money into a machine, but that's actually a gambling cover-up.
Really?
So you win prizes, and then you go around the corner and redeem those prizes for cash.
Well, yes, we heard about it, but we didn't see it or do it.
Yeah, well, those halls are everywhere.
Yeah.
And I tried. I just I don't know how this game works.
Yeah.
How do I win?
No.
We also found out that strip clubs don't allow women. And
Really?
Like even as a couple, if you're walking as a couple, you need to like know someone in the club that'll vouch for you.
Really?
Are you sure that's not just because you're a Westerner?
Possibly because I'm a Westerner. I don't know, but that's something I learned.
Believe it or not, never tried to go into a strip club in Japan.
I mean, they're pretty like taboo, but I definitely saw a bunch.
Oh, I was hanging out in Shinjuku. That is the red light district.
Exactly. The
Wait, so you
Shinjuku,
tried to
yeah.
go into a strip club, but they said that they don't allow women.
We didn't necessarily try, but we got they give you flyers on the street.
Okay.
The Nigerians try to take you places too.
That didn't happen, but definitely trying to get us in the I noticed they wouldn't give us a flyer, and I'm kind of interested in it, and I did some asking, and then I found out that you need to have like a male counterpart,
Interesting.
which is like whatever. I didn't necessarily want to go to a strip club, but
Well, and
it would have been cool, but it's fine. We went to the Robot Cafe instead. It's fine.
nice.
Okay.
That I didn't do. That I wanted to do, I did not do. But be glad that you didn't go to the strip club. But one of the things I hear is though violent crime is not a thing in Japan, things that do happen is they will drug you and max your credit cards in some of the strip clubs.
Interesting.
I got warned about that like day one while I was in Tokyo by some expats. So like, if a Nigerian offers to take you to a club, don't go.
Interesting.
Because when you get off in Roppongi, if you're a white person, Nigerians will follow you for blocks.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Like last trip we were there, it was raining when we went to Roppongi. Dude had an umbrella and was walking with me like, I can see you're the captain. Captain, where are we going? Let me take you to a club, Captain. And I'm just ignoring him and letting him walk with the umbrella because I want to stay dry.
Yeah, no one really talked to us, which was kind of a lovely experience. Everyone was very nice to us, and I don't want to say that they were rude or anything like that, but I could just saying like I definitely wish I tamed up my wardrobe a little bit.
No, they are the
Yeah.
most polite racists
It was
ever.
great. It was great.
The most polite. I've heard you say that so many times. The most polite racist.
I mean,
They are.
yeah. I guess like a city like Tokyo, they don't really care so much about tourists because it's just expected. Like kind of like LA, like tourists are here and we're like whatever.
Well, and that's part of the reason flights are so cheap right now is because Tokyo got the Olympics and the government is subsidizing flights to bring tourists in so the populace gets a little more used to Westerners.
That makes sense. Yeah, all my friends are there right now because it's so cheap.
I know. The first time I went was $1,600 round trip. The second time I went was like $5 something.
No, it was like $600 each person round
Oh my
trip. It was
God.
crazy. It was cheaper than going to Hawaii.
Oh,
wow.
I totally did the best plan on the way back. I had a layover in Hawaii on the way back.
Ooh.
So I just got out of the airport, went to Waikiki Beach for 7 hours, just sat on the beach drinking.
Oh, that's nice.
I just found a nonstop flight to Tokyo from LA for
How much?
$700.
I'm in. Book it. I'll go with
Nonstop.
you. What's the date?
Nonstop.
No, for real though. Like it's
Thursday, September 28th.
I don't get back till the 29th. Come on.
Wait, $662.
Oh, it's still going down? Don't tell me.
If you leave on Wednesday, September 27th, a day earlier, the trip becomes $662.
Cruz, I'm still in Europe then. You can't leave without me. I don't get
I've
back
never
till
been.
the...
Okay, I've never been to Japan. I've been to
so
the Philippines,
cheap.
which
It's
is
so cheap.
right underneath there, but I've never been to the Japan.
I, like,
yet. I really
cannot-
want to though.
Because like when you actually get there though, it's like LA prices, which is fine. It's like what we're used to, but like to get there, it's so cheap.
It's
Well,
too
it's
cheap,
cheap
yeah.
to get there, but the thing about it is, it's LA prices on some things. The food is not LA prices.
It
Wait, so are you saying the
depended.
food is cheaper?
Yeah.
It depended where you went.
Oh no, there's definitely high end shit, but
Yeah.
you could go get a fucking bomb rice bowl for like $7.
Which is, like kind
You don't
of
need
like
meat, so-
it's a rice bowl.
Yeah, well, except
I want you to remember it's a rice bowl.
but when I'm talking a rice bowl, there it's like meat grilled to order, rice, and a fresh egg that you crack over it.
How do you feel about $7 rice bowl? Was that a thing that happened in Japan and Tokyo? Did you find a $7 rice bowl?
It was more like $3.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, there are definitely some.
Oh wait, no, sorry. You know what we did find was like an udon place, like the fast food McDonald's udon, which was like $1 a bowl.
Oh
or,
my
like
God.
$2 a bowl, which is like incredible because it was also really good quality.
No, all the food tastes better there.
It
Seriously,
does,
it's so
yeah.
fresh. Like my buddy who had chickens on his property at one point is like, I used to have eggs fresh, and these are better eggs.
Wow.
At some fast food rice bowl place.
Wow.
I didn't eat the eggs either. Quinn, did you feel that way about the meat or anything? She was okay. We went to the fish market and tried to buy from stands and things like that, and I couldn't eat any of that, but whatever.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to happen in Tokyo. Did I think it was going to be as extreme as it was? No. I
Well,
really
yeah,
thought,
everything has fish in it.
No, everything has some kind of, and like my personal thing is if it has eyes, I don't want it. Like if it has, if it has ever had eyes,
So clams are okay.
right? Like are mussels okay? Like I have this debate with myself.
Mussels are less intelligent than plants.
No. I think about these things. Trust me, I think about these things. Has it happened yet? No, but I think about these things.
Clams are delicious. You
No,
should do it.
I know. But that's how I was dealing, and I was like eating a lot of dessert and a lot of udon and
I just found a flight to Japan for $4.42.
no.
Cruise, stop.
What?
I don't have the time to go.
What city? What city?
Oh wait, no, China. Never mind. I thought it was fucking.
No, it probably has a layover in China. A lot of the Air China have layovers in Beijing. And
Oh
then
wait,
go
you're
back.
right. It is fucking a layover. Okay.
I think we took Air China. Did we take Air China or Air Canada?
Yeah,
Air Canada.
Air Canada.
And we had a layover in Vancouver.
Nice.
Yeah, it was easy. It
Wow.
was super easy.
Um,
I felt like my flight to Europe was longer because 2 years ago we did Barcelona and then Paris and then Rome. And I fell in love with Rome. I thought it was like the best food of my life. Even though Barcelona had amazing food. Paris, not so great food, not so great people. But
Well,
cool.
they hate tourists there. They
was
hate
not-
America. If you can't speak French, forget about it.
No, it was not cool.
I just-
and it was not cool.
I just found flights to fucking Costa Rica for $258 ticket. Anyways.
yeah, I'd rather pay double that and go to Tokyo.
It's great.
Did you happen to find Drunkard's Alley?
Where? In Tokyo?
Yeah.
I read about it, but Quinn doesn't drink. So I was kind of alone on the drinking thing. So like in the morning, I'd go to 7-Eleven and I'd try all the different beers.
Oh my God, the party
like
lawyer was
Starbucks.
doing that too. Shit.
I know, and I start my day that way.
Okay.
7-Elevens are fucking everywhere. Fucking everywhere.
Have you
Like
been to Barcelona?
7-Eleven?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
No, and they're so good.
they are. They have like weird Japanese pastries and shit in them.
Yeah, they're so good. And like all the weird food. And I could eat soba. Soba was like a good thing that I could eat as
Yeah.
a vegetarian. So they had like always really good cold soba.
I haven't been to Barcelona. I've been to Madrid.
Barcelona was one of the most amazing food destinations. This was before I was a vegetarian, so I was a little more lenient, and it was incredible. And I feel like you would really like Barcelona.
Nice.
Paris
I
not
want to
so
go
much.
to. I really want to go to Spain. That's one. Spain and Italy.
I'm totally down to go back to Spain. I had so much fun there.
I've not been to Spain.
I would love to go back to Italy a bazillion % because the food was like
Amazing. I keep hearing that from a lot of
I
people.
can't
too.
even like describe it. And like being in Rome was like being in a historic Disneyland because it was all like, it's
Yeah.
you're at this like Trevi fountain and it's beautiful and it looks like something that would be at Disneyland and you're in Rome and it's a piece of history and
Yeah.
it was very bizarre.
It's older than like your grandparents.
Yeah, and it's
Seriously.
all walking distance, so you can walk the whole thing. So it's like Disneyland.
No shit.
Yeah.
I gotta do Rome. I gotta do Italy still.
So you haven't gone to Italy either.
I've only been to Europe wise. I've only been to the UK, Spain, and France.
Okay. Me, I've only ever been to the UK and France.
I'm knocking out 3 more countries next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Well, Amsterdam. So Netherlands, Germany,
Yeah,
Finland.
Finland.
And if I'm feeling adventurous, I may hop a ferry to Estonia from Finland.
Oh shit.
That's adventurous.
Well, it's like $30 a 2-hour ferry ride to go to Tallinn, Estonia.
Wow. Okay.
I have 50 odd hours in Finland, and I'm going by myself, so I don't know.
Why the fuck not?
But then again, Lindsay says she has a friend that she can introduce me to show me around, so I may.
Shockingly, I have a friend in Finland. Shockingly.
That's crazy.
But I do have one there who happens to be a huge weirdo. That you
Perfect.
Like, yeah.
Because that's just what I need after being in Amsterdam doing Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Oh, there are going to be pictures of me in Lederhosen.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. There has to be
Have you been
pictures
to-
or it didn't happen.
Have you been to Salem during October yet? I'm going to go this month.
No, I'm not.
Really? I'm going to go and get tattooed and, yeah, have a witchy experience in Salem.
That sounds like
That's
fun. I
awesome.
would totally
I know.
want to do
I
that.
want to get a bunch of girls together to just have like this weird.
Count me in.
Yeah.
I
to
missed your
Salem?
birthday when you went to Universal because I had to work.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
stupid.
that's another reason. That's another reason why I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I definitely anything witchy or call me.
Yeah, there's a new shop called Black Veil that does like all black and gray vintage type stuff.
Black Veil in
Black
LA.
Veil- Black Veil Tattoo in Salem.
Oh, in
Nice.
Salem. Okay.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go and get tattooed and get my throat done, which I've been like putting off for like 10
Really?
years. But I feel like okay, you work for yourself. You're over your 30,
Oh, I see it. Black Veil Studio.
and
Tattoo
it's
art.
fine.
What are you going to get done?
Well, I don't want to say it on the air. You know, one time I told this girl what I was gonna get tattooed in my neck, and then she went and got it. So I'm really like,
Oh, fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it a secret till you get it done.
All right.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were such a trendsetter that.
God, no, I'm not. But girls
So-
are horrible to each other.
When are you planning on going there?
I don't know. I want to go in October for
So sometime in October, like
sometime
before
in-
Halloween or something?
Yeah, because it's amazing and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And if I can get a whole bunch of my friends to go and model a whole bunch of foxblood because I own a shop called foxbloodshop.com, that would be like that would be great.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
That'd be awesome.
Dark and creepy.
I went a couple years ago and it exceeded my expectations. It's kind of expensive, but
Oh, so you've been already.
yeah, but it literally is what you expect. It's crispy, it's cold, it's electric, it's full of history and you can feel it. There's graveyards with black cats in it. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
It's really true. It's kinda
wow. Okay.
amazing. So we'll go.
My first pet was a black cat named Elvira.
Right?
Yeah. She was like my
I
familiar.
think my first
She was my
black cat
familiar.
was named like, I don't know, Black or something. It was
No,
horrible.
her name was Elvira.
Oh,
And I told Elvira that. Elvira, the mistress of the night, or mistress of the dark, I met her on Halloween a couple of years ago when she was doing a show. And they were like, oh, she's not doing pictures. And then she decided to do pictures. And then I took a picture with her. And I was like, yeah, my first pet was a black cat named Elvira. She was like my familiar. Okay, I'm done nerding out now.
It's like, cool.
I have to say, though, that woman, like,
She's beautiful.
sold her soul to the devil because that bitch still looked good.
She looks beautiful.
She looked good. And she's like
Yeah.
60 something,
Yeah.
dude. And she looks flawless.
Yeah, she came out with a clothing line with pinup girl clothing just this
Yeah.
last month or two. And
Oh,
they're-
just recently. Okay.
They're literally beautiful. It's an amazing collection. Whoever was behind it, because when like a celebo comes in and says, "Oh, I want to make a collection," or you approach someone, like they have ideas, but like you have to have someone like guiding them to make it work. And whoever was guiding that, like A+ to them because it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Oh, shit.
Collection.
Okay.
Anyway, I know all the fashion stuff about what's happening.
As I said at the beginning, fashion icon.
For all of your fashion needs, please
Yes.
hit up Lindsay Hart.
But it's really cool. She did good with that one.
Nice. Yeah. I think I remember the last time I saw her was at. Oh no, I was thinking Comic-Con, but no, it was actually Monsterpalooza is where I saw her. Was it Monsterpalooza? I think so. But she wasn't in her Elvira fucking. I think it was one of the rare occurrences where she was
In civvies?
where she didn't have the wig on. She was total. I forgot her real name.
Such
It's
another
gonna
cool
drive
thing
me
about
nuts.
LA. They're just kind of hanging around, and you're like, just being you.
Cassandra. She was there as Cassandra because she's the natural redhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassandra's such
Yeah, and the only reason I recognized her is because obviously I know what she looks like, but her tits just stand out, man. You're like, holy tits!
a so cool. I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Wait, so she was born in 51. So
Whoa. So she's
Crazy.
She's 65.
Whoa.
I'll go on air. I'll go on record. Still hit it.
Oh, I said that the last time I saw her.
probably would, too.
I remember seeing her with my homies, Dave, who was on a show. He and I went to Monster Palooza together, and I remembered seeing her, and we walked past. And he's like, she might remember you if you fucking tell her, remember my black cat? I'm like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. You know what I mean? We walked past and I looked at him and that's exactly what I said. I was like, I totally hit it still.
Yeah.
I totally
Was it this recently?
Or no, I said I totally would. Yeah, this was literally just a few months ago.
Fuck. I wanted to vent.
Whenever
but
the
I
last
didn't do
Monster
it.
Palooza was,
Yeah.
that was when I went and I remembered walking past her and saying, I totally would.
Did anything else good happen at that Monster Palooza?
We saw a lot of cool special, like people did a lot of special effects makeup. I remembered I met, oh my God, I'm blanking on his name right now. He is famous for doing the makeup on Thriller. Oh my God, I'm gonna die here.
So he did like the American Werewolf in London? Because I thought that was the same crew.
I forgot his fucking name. This is gonna drive me nuts. I have to think of his name now. Fuck. Shit, I'm trying to look it up because I took a picture with him and Rick Baker.
Oh,
Rick Baker.
That's
Do you know
a
who that
big
is?
deal.
Yeah, I saw him and this is what was funny. We were twinning. I happened to be wearing a Frankenstein shirt and he was wearing not the same exact one, obviously, but a shirt that had Frankenstein on it as well. And I remember being like, holy shit. And then I was like, can we get it? And people were like hounding him and stuff. And then my homie that was with me, he was like, no, just fucking get in there. And then like we went in there like, can we take a picture with you? And he's like, sure, no problem. And then I was like, we're totally wearing. And then I posted it and I was like, twinning with Rick Baker, dude.
Have you met him?
The Rick
That's
Baker.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this guy. I'm gonna show you a picture. You'll probably recognize him.
Oh, sure, Mike. I forget his name. I'm just saying he did the
From The
makeup
Exorcist.
from The Exorcist. He did all the old school, like, the guy that Rick Baker and all the other guys, like,
Dick Smith.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dick Smith.
Dick Smith is a good
Yeah,
name.
Oscar-winning makeup artist who did Exorcist. Yeah, and then he also did Marlon Brando on The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, he died when he was 92.
Whoa.
I only hope to live half that long.
I didn't think I'd live past 27.
Seriously, like
No.
the age I'm at now is like this is a fictional age. This-
Yeah, no.
Shit, I'm like, I'm gonna be 33. Holy fuck.
I'd kill to be 33
And now
again.
I'm just like living in it. I'm like, all right. Here we are.
Thank God we live in LA where being in our 30s and being weird and doing, not pumping out 2.5 children is fully acceptable.
Totally normal.
It's true.
Totally normal.
No one's like, because people where I come from back home up north, like a lot of people are like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm having my third kid, or my cousin just had her fourth kid, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she's, you know what I mean, like, and everybody up there is just kind of like doing the whole married thing, or oh yeah, I got divorced, but I got the kids, but I have like 5 kids, so I'm stuck with 5 kids, and I'm just like, that sounds awful.
It sounds like hell on earth.
I don't know how like MTV teen moms are on like their second marriage or third kid, and I'm just chilling in LA on a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, just hanging out.
Yeah, the idea of having children. I'm just,
I just don't
ugh.
understand. I'm like, where did I not get a memo? Did someone not slip me a memo somewhere that said now? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm a gay woman, so
I
it's really
slipped
never
it to
come
you and
out.
You said no. So.
I said, can't read it. Different language.
Yeah, they did give you that note while you were in Ohio. Mm-hmm. And you're like, nah. fuck
Yeah,
this.
no. So weird, but anyway. So I think about that a lot. I'm like, how did I miss that memo completely? Yeah.
It's a good thing you missed it.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh. I couldn't even imagine how I'd afford life with a kid. Like one.
Wait,
Well-
did you
Wait,
say
what?
a fourth life?
Wait, what?
Afford.
Oh, a Ford.
You thought he said fourth
did.
life,
I was
right?
like, wait,
I was like,
where-
I'm going to have
fourth
more
life.
champagne. Where
I was
can,
like, how many lives have you lived now, Matt?
let's not talk about that. No, I don't know how I would afford anything if I had kids.
You just can't, man. I would have had a kid, and
Stop it.
no. I wouldn't have had a kid. I'm saying if I would, let me rephrase. If I would have kept it, it would
Oh,
have
man.
been almost 8.
Holy.
Almost 8 years old.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because I got knocked up in 2010.
How how do I come back from that?
We're all super happy you didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm
You know, I'm
super
really
happy.
glad with
I
the
can't
way your
imagine
life
having a
came
7-year-old right now, dude. If I had a 7-year-old, I don't know where the fuck I would be. No.
I already told you that kid would be pouring the drinks.
Come here, give Mama another glass of champagne. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Mommy needs this really badly right now.
Now, please.
Could you imagine me with a child?
No.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to imagine where
That's why I
you'd be,
didn't keep
and I'm
it.
like trying to like put you in different parts of town. I'm like, no, not over there. No.
Could you imagine the tram pages with the kid in the picture?
Oh God. I bet you if I would have kept it, my mom would be like, raise it. No, that sounds awful.
stop.
That sounds so
Oh,
awful.
one of those girls.
No, that'd be so awful. That'd be so awful. My ex-girlfriend
Hello,
did that.
MTV.
My ex-girlfriend, who broke my heart, my first serious girlfriend that I ever had, broke my heart and was like, I don't
Shocking.
see myself married to a woman. Okay, I see myself
Shocking.
married to a man. And I was like, there's the door.
That's horrible.
So we broke up. She got knocked up by some fucking shithead dude that was like much younger than her. He broke her heart, still kept the kid, but then when she was but to be fair, she was trying to finish school, so she like left her kid with her mom back home, and her mom kind of helped her raise her daughter so that she could finish school. Then she finished school, and so now she's got her daughter again. But I did just remind me of that, how she kind of went through that, where she kind of, let her mom raise the kid for a while.
That was part of my big decision not to have kids. No support system even like that. I have no mother I could drop it with.
See, that's the problem. My parents, not so much my mom, my dad. I mean, my mom would love it, but my dad, he's always constantly like, you're gonna be 33.
Oh my gosh.
So when are you gonna give me a grandchild before I die?
So Danny
You know?
wants grandkids, huh?
Yeah, dad wants grandkids. And I'm like, you can ask my sister, because my sister's getting married. I'm like, why don't you ask her? She's the one that's settling down. I'm like, not me.
My parents were really atypical Asian people because growing up, I always heard that we were mistakes. They never wanted kids. Me and my brother.
Oh my
So
God.
that's why we're like 11 years apart, because they never planned any of it. So
So you're kind of like my cousin. Her and her sister are 13 years apart.
yeah. So we kind of grew up like that, with that idea, sentiment that, this world isn't really made for kids anymore,
Yeah.
It really is.
It is true, though. if
Was
you
it
think about
ever? Was it really ever?
That's true.
I think more so now. Like, definitely.
It's worse now. I mean,
I feel like it is worse now to like have a child right now. Like, I think it's just like, why?
I don't
Oh,
know.
you're pregnant? I don't know if I want to congratulate you.
They can't stay innocent anymore,
Yeah, but there's no lead paint for them to play with anymore.
That's true. That's true.
Oh boy.
But the cancer's still up, so
Hey, they proved pretty much if you exist long enough, you're going to get cancer no matter what. So,
that's true.
I'm going to go have a cigar right now.
Really?
Really?
No.
Oh, I was like, what?
I was speaking of cancer. I was,
I was
just
like, we have like a few minutes left, don't we?
all this cancer talk. I just wanted
How
to
long
go
is
smoke.
the show? How's it go? I don't even know. Why I mean,
We run about 2 hours.
oh, cool.
Yeah. But we've been talking for almost 2
Ladies
hours,
and gentlemen, this is Quindin. She's a parlor tattoo prince.
Yeah, give her a shout out.
Hi.
She's done
Thanks
some
for the
cool
shout out.
things. She does art for a living, and
I sell paper.
She sells paper, and
Amazing artist.
She's very talented.
Amazing artist.
And she does all your pop culture favorites in traditional tattoo form.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you for the introduction.
You're welcome.
Very kind.
I mean, we could-
Done.
We can totally fire up that fourth mic for you if you're ready to get on air.
I'm good. I don't mind sharing a mic. I'm very behind the scenes.
First door on the left. Well, I didn't think Lindsay was charging off to my bedroom, so. So. That was like the most aggressive, like, I need to pee right now.
She's like, sit down. Oh, man. So how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good,
Doing
good,
excellent.
Good. You guys are doing great with this podcast.
You're not bored sitting over there in the
No,
corner?
I'm good. I'm a little hungry, but I'm a tough girl.
We're almost done. So
We're almost there.
We're totally almost
We
done.
totally could have ordered in.
I'm just thinking in and out, in and out, in and out.
Hey, that's right by where we're going
I
back.
know. I think that's why. Fucked up my appetite a bit.
God damn it, I want a double-double.
Right?
Hey.
I'm gonna have to settle for fucking Tommy's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's right across. Yeah. Well, it's nearby.
It's nearby. Don't
Nearby.
Don't just like
I always have
tell
to
the
do
internet
that
like
now.
right where I live.
You're in LA. You don't need to settle for anything. You know, all the delivery. You have no excuse.
True.
Postmates
Yeah.
that shit.
Oh my god, I had the worst Postmates experience last night.
What happened?
So I got a little drunk, and I decided I wanted ice cream.
No, you drunk?
Never happens.
Yeah.
Never. So I Postmates a pint of ice cream for $12 with plus a $6 delivery.
Oh my god. Plus
Turns
a
out-
tip.
Yeah, sure. When you're surging, I'm not tipping you. Fuck that. Especially
Yeah.
because it took her fucking 4 attempts to get in the goddamn apartment
Oh
building.
my god. Okay.
Turns out to be non-dairy ice cream. Not advertised on the fucking Postmates like that. I take one bite of this shit. I'm like, that is so coconut milk.
Yeah,
Fucking LA.
that's the worst part of delivery. Like,
Oh, that's horrible.
can't complain really. I mean, what are they gonna do?
They're gonna be like, "Sir, did you not read it?" And you're like, "I'm drunk."
I'm drunk and it did not say that on Postmates. It just said ice cream.
yeah, disappointing.
That sucks.
I just wanted to be a drunk fat kid last night, but no.
But you're like kind of the minority now, you know. Most people are going for like the coconut and the almond and the soy. I'm still
especially
old
in
school.
LA.
Give me
Especially in
whole
LA.
milk. Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Is it gluten free? Does this have gluten in it?" My God, I can't have it. It has gluten in it.
I
Sorry.
ordered cookie dough ice cream. How could cookie dough be healthy for you? God damn
Right.
it.
I know.
Wait, so it was a healthy cookie dough ice
It
cream?
was coconut milk. Like, it was coconut milk cookie dough ice cream.
But it wasn't good. I mean, you gave it a try.
I ate the whole thing.
Oh, see.
See, so hunger fucking won.
Yeah. No.
Hunger won.
Last night
That
was
or the alcohol. Yeah.
drunk. Finished editing the episode that's coming out in 2 weeks. Was playing Destiny. I'm like, yeah, I'll play some.
Wait, the new Destiny
Yeah,
or
2.
Destiny 2? All right, cool.
Yeah, playing Destiny 2, eating cookie dough ice cream. Like, I'm not sure it was vegan, but it was non-dairy.
Well, if it's non-dairy, it's vegan.
Well, the cookie dough may have eggs in it.
Oh, right. I feel like if it's made with coconut milk, though, you would think that like it would be technically vegan, quote unquote, or whatever.
I don't know. I was surprised by the whole fucking situation.
Lindsay, Matt
You're vegan
ordered.
now.
Matt got really drunk last night and accidentally ordered coconut milk ice cream.
Last night?
Yeah.
Damn, the wound is fresh.
And
It
it like
is.
and it cost so much money with like the surging and,
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
the
Yeah, it was like a $20 pint of
and he
ice cream.
takes one bite and realizes, oh shit!
I
this
should have
is
walked to 7-Eleven. You take one bite and you're like, why didn't I just?
Yeah, why am I so lazy?
Yeah.
Why?
No, that sucks. I've been there.
Yeah, no, I could have walked almost anywhere and gotten ice cream, gotten my fix, but
But you were drunk and you're like, what? Whoever wants to leave their apartment anyways? Like, it's funny because in my building, and I've been living there for almost a year, and I never got around to having my phone number added to the box, you know, so that I could buzz people up. And I would always tell my landlord, hey man, like, you know, when can you do that? And then like I would always just like be ignored, or he would tell me, oh yeah, I'll take care of it. Anyways, long story short, never took care of it. Now that he's finally fixed it, all of us in my place are like, hey, we can order Postmates now without having to go downstairs to collect it. Because that's what we had to do. We had to go all the way. I'm like, I might as well just walk to the store at this point.
or walk to the Roosevelt and get a boozy milkshake.
Yeah, actually, I do like the fact that they have that restaurant that's open like really late.
It's 24 hours, I thought.
Is it 20? Maybe that's why. Yeah, because I remember partying one night and I rolled up in there at like 4 a.m. and I was like, it's open. Let's get some food.
Sorry, I was updating you.
I like your phone case though.
I was trying to
Oh my god, I
photobomb.
got this in Japan.
I was gonna say, is that from Japan?
I got
'Cause-
it in Japan. And you know how people talk about the style of Japan and like the street kids having a lot of style? Like that's not false.
No, not at all.
That's real. That's real. And
Japanese greasers is also a thing.
we went into one greaser store and it was beautiful, and you didn't expect to see prices like LA, and we saw LA prices at, and
It is the largest city in the world.
I know. But you still just don't expect to see it like Melrose $3,000 prices on a jacket and like a rando street in Tokyo on like a third floor, and there it is. But whatever. But we saw You know, and you know what was really cool? I got recognized in Tokyo and Quinn didn't, and I felt really accomplished. It was really cool.
What happened?
Some random person came up to us in Harajuku and was like, "Oh my God, Lindsay, you guys went to the Hedgehog Cafe yesterday. I just watched your story." And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, that's cute.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but Quinn didn't get recognized. But she gets like recognized every day so, in the States. But in Tokyo, I got recognized.
You're like, I got to one up
It
you.
was fucking sick. It was great.
That's
Hey,
cool.
take your wins when you can get them.
I fucking took it. We held hedgehogs in Tokyo.
I think I saw that too. What was that like? They looked really tiny and cute.
They were funny
looked so cute.
and painful. And
Painful?
They were painful little fucks. And because they're just so tiny and angry and sleepy. And they
look like they would hurt to hold them.
yeah.
I mean,
And I think it was like $20 for the both of us or something. But we held hedgehogs for like 15 minutes. It was cool.
That definitely sounds like a thing to do in Tokyo.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was great. No regrets.
no.
0 regrets. We held hedgehogs. We played with owls, which is definitely something that we would have never done anywhere else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And, you know, walking into an owl experience like that, the trainer, the guy, he was so gentle and so kind. He's like, yes, these owls, they very temperamental. And, you can't pet them like hard. You pet them like this. And you just like one finger tap on the forehead and you're like, oh, okay. And
You're like, all right, whatever.
oh, okay, that's fine. And, you know, he came over and he like, when I first held an owl, he came over and he's like, this one is sweet potato. And we put it on you. And he put it on my arm and I just started crying. Like, I just like, it hit my arm and I was like, oh my God.
Were they like, are you okay?
Yeah,
Is
and
something
then the
wrong? And you're like,
trainer
no,
was-
I'm just really...
The trainer was looking at me like, okay, yes. Yes, very sweet. Yes. I just like couldn't contain myself and crying but a very, very nice, wholesome experience in the Owl Cafe in Tokyo. Completely sober, just crying over beautiful owls and whatever.
All right, I'm canceling my Europe trip. We're just going to Japan right now. Fuck.
you go.
Fuck it.
Dead serious though. Next time I go, I want to spend like a month there, and I want to see like other cities besides Tokyo.
No, yeah, I would have loved to see Osaka for sure.
There's
And
ninjas there.
Kyoto.
I've been told there's ninjas there.
I would have. We didn't know what to expect, so we went for a week, and we stayed in just Harajuku. And honestly, like we could have that week in Harajuku was great, and I feel like we accomplished everything in Harajuku. And now we're like, fuck, now we need to see the rest of Tokyo.
Right. Tokyo is so goddamn massive. I've been there 10 days the first trip, 8 days the second,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen a quarter of
No,
it.
not even small. Like, I literally can't wait to go back. And I keep hoping some of my friends are going to go, and I could just jump on their trip. So
I've said this on air before. I totally kicked myself for not getting that apartment there.
yeah, you dummy.
Well, I agree. No, so before I moved to LA from Vegas, I had no apartment in Vegas, no apartment here. I found a furnished apartment in Tokyo for $1,200 for a month. I set it up where I could have done a month in Tokyo, just completely like, I'm in Tokyo for a month, and I just didn't do it. I kick myself for it all the time.
I bet you still wouldn't even see half of Tokyo.
No,
Yeah.
unemployed in Tokyo
In a month.
in a month, I probably wouldn't have seen a quarter of it. I probably would have just been like, I live in Gods.
Yeah.
I probably just would have been in Gods every night getting drunk.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
It would have.
Oh, fuck. I need to go back. I didn't make any friends or anything like that. I thought maybe I'd meet some locals. I didn't meet any. But I'm also kind of shy when it comes to that shit. So,
I still talk to some of the locals I met when I was there.
all right. I didn't go to any dive bars, so that might have.
see.
Yeah.
I met a beautiful, beautiful Japanese woman named
Of course you
Nazumi
did. Of course I know.
who bartended at Gods that I still talk to occasionally. And the first trip, me and my homie ended up in this cat bar. Well, not a cat bar, but this
Cat
bar
Cafe?
it's called B-Cats, where all the bartenders dress in cat ears. And
That's so
Oh,
cool.
really?
That's so cool.
and we're sitting there, and they don't want a service. They really don't.
Because you're Western?
Oh.
And my friend has facial tattoos.
No, because the tattoos. Yeah.
And this dude rolls up to us, and we're like trying to translate on an iPad.
Oh.
And he just kind of looks at the iPad. I'm like, we're trying to translate. He's like, oh, that's cool, man. Perfect American accent. Like, fuck. It's this dude, Daryl. He's Hawaiian and Japanese descent. who lives in Japan now, and he's an American. He's just like, oh man, I'll settle it up for you guys. So we hung out with that dude. I still talk to that dude pretty
Oh,
often.
that rules.
Wow. Okay.
The only place like I don't talk to people that I met internationally is South Africa. Like I made some friends there, but I didn't stay in contact with them, unfortunately. But every other international trip I've ever made, still have friends I've met from.
Quinn and I are going to go to Vietnam in February for the Chinese New Year.
Shit.
Jealous.
Yeah. Because obviously Quinn's from Vietnam and she speaks the language completely fluently. So I kind of have that edge because I'm not going to be able to eat anything there but like mango. And like,
It's a mango cleanse.
yeah, like I literally won't be able to eat anything but mango. So Quinn can handle that. But yeah, I'm excited. Like, just even being in Westminster and being in that Vietnamese culture is cool. So I'm excited to just jump into actually doing that in February. So that's our
sounds
next
exciting.
trip. Yeah.
February. Nice.
That's awesome. How expensive is that flight? Because that's
Well, right now, if we go now, it's the same as Japan, like $700. But if we book it even a little closer to the date, because it is Chinese New Year, forget about it. But because we're like thinking about it now, yeah.
seriously, because me and my crew that was going to Europe, we thought about doing Vietnam, and it was like 1,700 to 2,000 a flight to get to Vietnam.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you just got to plan way in advance, apparently.
So next year, Vietnam.
Yeah. No, if you just like plan it way in advance and just like put it on like, okay, we'll go eventually, and like you just throw it out like 8 months later, you'll go, I have no idea what to expect. I just know
That's the best part.
Yeah, I have no clue. I know. I just know I won't be able to eat anything because I can barely eat anything when Westminster OC. So like, so it'll be all right.
They'll find something. I mean,
Yeah.
worst comes to worst, you survive on rice.
I mean, like, Tokyo was cool because, like, the weird fashion district, and I kind of knew what to expect there, but I have no clue what to expect in Vietnam. And, like, Quinn hasn't been back since she was a teenager, so she really doesn't know what to expect either. I'm saying how we're going to go to Vietnam in February.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
when was the last time you were there, Quinn?
I don't know, at least 15 years ago.
Oh shit.
They tried to
okay.
set Quinn up in an arranged marriage with a man, and it didn't work.
Oh hell no.
It didn't work because we were both gay.
Yeah.
Oh, even the guy. That's so funny.
Like really.
You could have been in each other's beards.
Right?
Yeah, that was interesting.
So that'll be our next overseas trip. So yeah, I'm just crossing them off, even though I'd love
You guys are
to
doing a lot of traveling. That's awesome.
I mean,
No,
twice
it's the
a
way to
year.
be.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
that's literally what you
I'm due
kinda
for a trip.
need to do. Yeah, you travel a lot too. You just gotta make yourself do it.
I mean, I
think
spent
that's
a
it.
month. I spent a month when we went to London and France and Australia. Australia was the one place where I wish we would have been longer.
It's literally
we were
just
only
the
there for a
plane
week and a
tickets.
half. It was like not long enough.
You just gotta get the plane tickets. And then
Plane
you're, like,
tickets to
solid.
London is pretty cheap right now, and then you just take the Eurostar to fucking Europe and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Meh. I'm over London. I'm over it.
No, but I'm saying like you can take the Eurostar from there into Europe, and it's like
True,
because
true.
the flights are like 300 into fucking London, and then you just take the Eurostar for however much it costs into Europe.
What are you looking like? What would you want to go to Vietnam for?
Just to experience it.
Oh, okay. You don't have like a thing that you.
No,
want.
no. I the way I travel is literally like drop me here. I am gonna find dive bars with locals. That's how I roll. I have no agenda. When I go to Amsterdam on Sunday, no agenda.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest in Munich, well, obviously I'm gonna get drunk in beer tents.
Totally. I'm down.
Helsinki, I wanted to go. Actually, Joanna sold me on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Joanna had a cool time in Helsinki.
She went, Matt, I don't think you'll ever come back. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm already in Europe. I'm going to drop the $200 it took to get from Amsterdam to Helsinki.
Totally. Yeah, I feel like I wish I would have stayed a little longer in Japan, but like fucking, I'm just going to say, running a business, man, being an entrepreneur, you got to get back to that shit. So you have like a limited amount of time to travel when it's just like you on your team. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. When you do what you love, you don't need to go on vacation every day. you know,
Waka
right?
waka.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but I also want to experience the world.
I want to experience everything. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm already itching. Like, we got back from our vacation. I was like, oh, fuck, I need another vacation from our vacation.
I was right there with you. I just went to Cuba in February.
You went to Cuba?
I went to Havana, yep.
Oh, fuck, man. It must be so weird with the shit that's going on in the world and just, like, going to Havana just recently.
It's a wild place.
I'm sure.
It's a wild, weird place. I really enjoyed it. I hope I get to go back someday, but the current climate, who knows if I will.
Totally. Yeah, no, my friend just went to Havana, and she's like, because of these hurricanes, it's so weird to think about that I was just at all these places that Havana got hit. Fucking weird.
Yeah, dude.
Well, and it was outside the tourist areas. It was in a state of urban decay then.
Yeah. Yeah, she said that too. Yike. Anyway, world traveling. Hey, I don't know how your show usually is, but thanks for having me.
No, this is
hell
a good one. Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Is it the last call already?
Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, we could.
I don't know when last call is, but I just know that I'm like, how many more drinks could I have, and how many more would I order?
Well, we'd have to get to vodka because we were out of bubbly.
We'd have to go to vodka? Well, that wouldn't happen.
You can have the rest of this, though.
I would have to carry her out here and
No, that's normal.
on the tiny thing.
I'd help. No, I'm a good host.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So it really is last call.
Ha ha! So it's last call. Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us, and Quinn, of course, for the few times that she
Thank you
jumped
for
in.
having us.
Where can we find you guys online?
So my current shop is at Foxblood Shop on Instagram or whatever, all that shit, or foxbloodshop.com, which is cool. Come buy some stuff. If you're in LA, you can use the code LA Pickup, and we can do free shipping, and we
I'm
can
about
just
to,
meet
I'm
up.
about to use that
Awesome.
code.
Yeah. Yes. You can find Quinn at parlor_tattoo_prince or parlortattooprince.com. And she has all your favorite Morticia Adams and Gomez prints, or Steve Zuzu, or It,
A lot
or
of barbering stuff as
or
well.
Stranger Things, or I don't know, all kinds of shit. Quinn has over like 400 prints of pop culture that she's redrawn.
That's fucking awesome.
I love it. I love it. I remember those candles that you guys had. For
Yeah,
a
we have a
while.
weird
Yeah.
art house, so come
I love
support
it.
us and support a dream. So that'll be cool.
Thank you.
Slayer, where can we find you?
You can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt Effin Slayer on Facebook, Matt Slayer on Snapchat. Watch me watch old movies.
Oh,
That's all I do on Snapchat. It's like, I'm watching this weird old movie. Watch me watch it.
An epic movie collection. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can find me at Annie fucking Cruz on Twitter, at Annie Cruz on Instagram, AnnieCruz.com. Unfortunately, there's no porn there, but you can check it out. And of course, you can.
Use your imagination, people. Come on.
Yeah, it's just my resume, my portfolio for like mainstream stuff.
Cool.
And of course, you can find us at And Now We Drink on Twitter, at And Now We Drink _ on Instagram, and of course, AndNowWeDrink.com. I mean, you obviously know where you can find us if you're listening to this right fucking now. So,
Find us in person tomorrow, LA Podfest.
shit,
That's awesome.
yeah, come say hi.
Come say hi. We'll be broadcasting all weekend.
It's gonna
That's
be fun,
great.
funsies, and yeah, man. Also, don't forget to rate us, guys. Give us a good rating.
5 stars.
Show us some love, because we love you.
Thanks for drinking with me.
Wait. All right. Bye.